What's up? It's you guys. You're here.
I showed.
Mike, can you open us?
I think we're already live.
Yeah, I know, but just like
live from Chris's stack of boxes and shit in his garage or basement.
No,
Welcome back to the Tech Circus. I'm Tech 702, joined by the most prolific maestros in the business. And by prolific, I mean we broadcast about once quarterly. That would be Chris, Mr. Battery Powered himself, or near a charger, Mr. Michael Pepper Tech Talk. What's going on, guys? I'm drinking a beer for the first time in like 2 weeks, so embrace it.
I'm just here for my getting ready for my episode of Hoarders. You know, just starting. I'm trying to. I really want to up my game, though. I want them to show up and not just be a little like, oh, this isn't bad. I want them to show up and be full on. You know, so that's my pile over there. If you want to send me your empty boxes, my address is something Michigan. I'll get it to you all later after the show. How you guys been? It's been a minute. It's been
life-changing events have transpired since our last broadcast.
For some of us, yeah. You're talking about me getting the new iPhone, or
for sure, no doubt.
You know, I was
no cap, as the kids say.
Perusing Omegle and looking for those musicians, and like what normally happens, I just clicked on here and found a couple of dicks instead.
I see you haven't improved your dad jokes since we left you, Pepper.
That was actually pretty good.
So I'm rocking the FPT Tech. Everybody trying to clout chase that back.
Nice.
Yeah, you remember when John Prosser used to do like funny news instead of just Apple Leaks all the time?
Mm-hmm.
I used to buy all his merch back then. But
hey,
shots fired. I'm just kidding, John. I still love you.
What have you been up to, Pepper? I mean, I know you've got a channel and you've actually been doing stuff.
He's the only one making content.
Kind of. I haven't made anything in like the last month, but I've gone live a few times, and it's just been, it was one of those, like, I figured since everybody's channels kind of die in January, I was like, you know what? I'll just take January off and figure out what I want to do and go in a new direction and change things up and try to have things more focused this year, because last year my content was all over the place. So.
I can relate to that somewhat, except it's more than just January for me. It's like an extra, couple of weeks that I think I've been taking off.
I mean, before we get too deep into the tech space here and what we're all up to, who all in chat's got those diamond hands today? I want to see those diamond hands. Too soon? No, I'm just kidding.
You mean like the $8 the $8 hands, or are you talking about the GameStop stuff?
It's all kind of one and the same.
It is. Yeah, I'm proud owner. I've got some good loss porn to share. if we're starving for views.
I mean, technically, I'll tell you this much. So, if you're living under a rock, everything corrected today by about half. But the cool thing is, if you didn't sell, you're in a much better position. And we don't give financial advice here, but I'm just astutely observing here. If the start price for AMC was around $5 a share and it's at $8 a share, and if you got in and got unlucky and bought in at 12 or 13 a share, yeah, you lost some bucks, but that doesn't mean you're out for the count unless you sell it, right? So I would say you're in a lot worse spot if you bought GameStop at $300 a share than if you bought an AMC at $15. We'll just go with that because there's still value for AMC. GameStop still sucks when it comes out when this is all over with. So at least AMC, if they can come back post-pandemic, can still be a viable stock to hold as long as you didn't buy it too high.
Thank you. I feel better for that. And
I lost, and full disclosure, I threw a few $100 into it, nothing crazy, but I lost 20% this morning also, just because I wanted to see what would happen. It happens, but that's why you don't make that your main portfolio. Same thing with crypto. You set your stops. I always preach that, but we're in luck because now it turns out that 90% of YouTube is making a finance channel. So
that's actually what we're here tonight to talk about.
Yeah, everybody that bought Tesla and made money on Tesla is going to tell you how to invest in your portfolios this year. So I'm excited to see all of that.
That should be pretty good. Now, what I want to know is, do you know anyone that is like a qualified financial expert that could we add to the show that could comment on such things?
No, dude, no. No.
If we the foremost professional investor, let's go to Canada.
No.
Take it to Canada.
No.
That was shameful. I'm sorry. That was just the worst intro I've ever done.
It's okay. I understand.
Oh, he's already flexing the multi-view.
Hey, you know what? I put the investment in, and geez, I thought I had this fixed today with the audio sync. It seems to come and go. It's really weird. It seems. Does it look like it's on here, like me talking to you guys?
It was until you asked that question.
Maybe like 0.3 of a second delay.
Yeah, it's not nearly as bad as it used to be. Yeah, I know from this angle here with the iPad, but that's an easy fix with Filmic Pro. How are you guys? I'll leave it over here. There we go.
We're doing great, brother. I appreciate you coming by.
I didn't even know this. I mean, I didn't know you guys had this channel. Like, when did you guys launch this channel?
I don't know, before last summer, I think, because we were fighting over who would get the clout from each of our broadcasts. We couldn't agree. No, the truth was we kept rotating it. So it was like 1 week I would host, for my channel, and then it would go to Pepper, but the problem was people had no idea where to go.
Yeah.
The audience was like, dude, I didn't know you guys have 4 YouTubes. What the hell's going on? So we decided just to make one place when all 3 of us want to do like a dedicated thing.
I like it. No, it's a good idea. How is Mr. Battery powered and Michael Pepper?
I mean, at least one of us is making content. I just do live shows all the time, like never actually on YouTube. So I just have no gas for YouTube lately. So I'm super glad that, Mike has not only added us into this, but brought yourself. I see we have like MKBHD in the back room. We've got everybody here. It's like, it should be a pretty low pressure night, but I've been well. I've been busy. So
I just subconsciously put on the shirt today. It was just the first thing I grabbed. So, this is one of his very first pieces of merch. And,
is it?
Yeah,
I remember that.
I think I was the only one that bought a 5XL, and it's huge on me now, which I'm happy.
5?
This is a 5. I wear a 3.
I'm wearing the 2L.
Are you wearing a 2? I got that. Yeah. I got that one upstairs. Yeah.
Did you miss my opening where I messed with John a little bit?
No, I didn't miss it at all. I mean, we all. You know what John does? You know what? It's algorithm, dude. It's algorithm. Like, they can talk about anything else, but title and tags. And if you look at his tags, he always uses between 3 and 5 tags. He's talked about this before. It's all algorithm, dude. It's all algorithm. Like, you'll notice with my stuff lately, because I know you're loving the S21 content from everybody, Mike. We know you're not cynical about it at all.
That's one of the main reasons you're on the show right now.
Is that like
talk about it?
I'm going hard on it, but I'm not doing just an unboxing. I'm like, they did some major improvements that nobody's talking about. With like only a few other people besides myself, I talked about how the in-display fingerprint sensor has so much better now. Compared, like it's literally a touch now. Before it used to be a kind of a touch and hold. And I can show you guys here. But there's other software tweaks underneath the lid there, and in the camera software they've totally improved. Yes, there is still a shutter lag. It's not as bad. It's better. So I don't know what the issue there is. There's some people talk on Twitter, but like all my content lately, if you look at it, it's all S21 because I'm going hard on it. So
it makes sense because you're in that era. No, what I was going through where I was griping and talking shit the other night, that was basically what that came down to.
So I taught you how to delete your tweets, like mass delete them. I noticed that you made that a habit now.
There's a reason for that also, which I'll cover. I was gonna highlight that and tell people about that in the show, but I got some personal life things going on where I could be liable for some things I'm saying also. So I got to be careful.
I understand, and we're not gonna talk about that. And you got my back, yeah. You got my back. I've got your back, and you can hit me up anytime.
I have no problem standing by anything I ever say or tweet, but sometimes it could get me in trouble outside of the social media realm. So
Gotcha.
I'll leave that at that.
Hey, look at this! Look at this!
I like the fade.
That's a pretty good fade. I like that.
It's too slow, so I do a 0.5. There we go.
You're still using the honeycomb light.
And then there's also wipes. That's the Star Wars wipe.
You're like a live Final Cut Pro.
No. This is with the A10 Mini. It's hard to explain, but this is everything I've ever wanted to do out of content. So, for those of you who don't know, my father was a radio disc jockey, a radio personality for 15 or 16 years. And I always wanted to pursue that. I always wanted to be a radio disc jockey, but my dad pulled me aside when I was getting older, and he's like, "Listen, it's cool and everything. You're gonna get tickets to hockey games and baseball and football, and you're gonna get free beer, and you're gonna get drunk every night, and you're gonna party." I'm like, "Okay, so what's the bad side?" He's like, "Listen, but if you decide to ever settle down, unless you've got a morning show, unless you're like a Howard Stern, you will not make any money. You will you'll barely make it by, right?" And by making money, you know, up here for where I live in terms of economics, you need to be clearing, to be comfortable, 60, 70,000 Canadian, right? And
Is that like $15,000 US?
it's like 10 US or something stupid. So I never pursued it. And I never pursued it, and I always regretted it. And, like I'm happy I went into I went to like an entrepreneurship, the motion graphics, marketing type thing, business and everything. And I pursued sales and marketing and everything. And that's great and everything. And now I'm here, and that stuff definitely paid it off. But now, like in the last couple of years, I've been thinking, holy crap, I'm doing what I always wanted to do, but like on a world stage. Do you know what I mean? Right. So, but I've always wanted to and that's why I've recently pivoted my content to live streams and clips. And then also there'll be a published piece on Friday. Nice. And I'm going hard.
I noticed there's been a very clear structure of what you're doing. So
yeah, so Monday,
that's kind of cool.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday is live streams at 9:15 p.m. Eastern. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then clips from those shows Tuesdays and Thursdays, between 2 and 3 clips. Okay, there might be clips on the Monday, Tuesday, or the Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and then additional Friday afternoon before the live stream. There'll be an actual published piece. So this past weekend, I went out to the mountains and everything. I was vlogging with for this guy right here, right? The S21 Plus.
That's what we want to ask you about.
So I'll be releasing my day in the life kind of thing, like vlogging with this kind of thing on Friday.
Nice.
And then that's Saturday cool. And Sunday are for the fam, and so I can breathe and everything. And it allows me to put my head down and keep working and stay the heck off Twitter, because I love Twitter, but it's also a cesspool. So that's what's been happening with me. And so if you guys have seen all of a sudden this explosion, like, well, everybody else is like, oh, yeah, my views suck. I mean, I knew my views would suck anyway because I'm legitimate.
January though.
Yeah, everybody's starting over. I was just like, no, F it. And so at the end of April, I'm going to reassess all the data. End of April will be a full 90 days of content, and we'll see what it says. Yeah.
I mean, you're a pretty established veteran. Wouldn't it be safe to say that if this is an opportunity, well, views are down across the board, to maybe experiment a little? This might be the best time of the year to do it, right?
Sean Cannell was saying the same thing in Clubhouse the other day, and sort of Roberto Blake. It's actually a good time to experiment, but also at the same time too, you don't want to confuse the algorithm, right? You know how the algorithm is. But here's the nice thing: you can always soft reset the algorithm by doing nothing for 28 days or more. So about 30 days. And that means nothing. Don't log into the account. Don't watch stuff on the account. Don't upload anything. Don't adjust anything. Don't touch anything.
So Chris resets every month is what you're saying.
That's been my strategy. I'm going bigger than that.
When you're under 10K, you can essentially reset every 30 days, but don't do anything. Cool. Like log out of the account, go into a different, if you have multiple accounts on the same email, go into a different brand account, different personal account, and don't do nothing. Because even just editing a title or putting, or maybe making a playlist, like sometimes making a playlist is an indicator for the algorithm that the channel's active and you're doing stuff and you're interested in this kind of stuff. So don't do anything for 28 plus days, and you essentially soft reset your channel.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
Could write a book.
That's pretty cool.
So what we got you here, I don't know how long we have you, but can you briefly give us your I don't want to ruin your video so no one watches your video,
sure.
But we don't have one. Give us the thoughts on the S21, and because it seemed like, and that was part of my shit talking, was there's like this formula of it's gonna suck at Samsung. Oh my god, it's amazing.
That. Yeah.
And then they bring out they hate it again. So
here's the
give
formula.
Me the breakdown.
Here's the formula for every phone, including iPhones. I'm so excited. Here's the leaks and everything. Oh, I'm not sure about this. Here's the leaks and everything. And then the phone comes out. Oh my God, it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. And then here 1 week later, I regret this. And then 10 days. Oh, you know what? It's not so bad. And then I had my phone. And then I'm returning it.
That was what I was mocking. That was my entire point.
So I get it. Like I don't. But here's the thing, though. I re-signed my carrier agreement for 2 years. I traded in, gave up my Note 10 Plus, which has been an absolute.
That's a great phone,
dude. It was so hard because
That's a great phone.
It's been so dependable for like, because I've had it for just over a year. I got it like what, August last in 2019, right? It has been such a workhorse. I literally can do 99% of the things that I do in life through that phone. So I was super nervous because I'm like, am I going to miss the S Pen? Okay, I probably will, but I've always liked the S series. So I went with I was originally going to go with the regular 21, but I went with the Plus simply for the size because I knew the smaller size. I thought the smaller size wouldn't bother me, but I went with the bigger size. And I'm happy to say I don't have a lot of reservations. The SD card missing, yes, I understand the SD card thing missing sucks for people, but it doesn't bother me. However, I may upgrade this to 256. Okay, because I'm running because I'm doing the 8K recording stuff, and I really shouldn't be. There's some drawbacks here and there. Battery life has been good. I'm getting off average 6.5, 7 hours. I'm unplugging at 7:30, getting through till 4:30 or so. I do. I've got multiple emails, multiple Twitter, Instagrams, all kind of stuff coming here. So, I mean, overall, if I was to give it a rating out of 5, it's a solid 4 right now.
Really?
Like you have to wow me to get a 5. Right? If that's the best way.
You got to leave that for,
it
doesn't
but I mean,
really
like
happen.
I did my 7-day assessment yesterday because I was able to pick up the phone early, so last Monday, whereas most people picked up Thursday and Friday last week. It's kind of funny because my carrier guy got in trouble from Samsung. He's like, we're supposed to sell the phone. He's like, I've got the email right here. So I was the only person pretty much in Western Canada that was able to pick one up early, like who didn't get one from Samsung, right?
And Sammy's still hooking you up though with the Ultra, correct?
Yeah, they're supposed to be sending me an Ultra hopefully in the next week or so. I'm in no rush because I'm doing stuff with this. Again, they treat me. So here's something that maybe a lot of people don't understand, and I think it's because of the whole gift from Google thing. Okay, when Samsung, Apple, and several other companies out there, what is this? Remove. When they send out review samples to everybody gets an iPhone early or whatever it is, or the Samsungs, whatever. Those units have to be returned because that's what you do in media. That's how you treat the media. You send a review sample, they send it back. Okay. Hashtag gift from Google. This is part of their marketing. Okay, because they literally tell you, hey, we want to send this out to you, but if you tweet about it or anything, just put hashtag gift from Google. So you're actually part of their marketing process. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But then some people
are transparent.
But some people, including you, Mike, were like, you have to send it back? What the heck? That's so super. That's just because they treat me, and it's actually a good thing, Mike, because they consider me media, which is. But cool.
I thought most people keep it. I thought it was mostly the other brands that don't let you keep it.
They do let you keep it. Because it was I don't understand what your question is.
No, what I'm saying is because you're saying you have to return all the items, but with Pixel, I don't know anybody that returns their Pixels.
No, because they tell you it's a gift from Google. It's a
gift. Okay. Because I know part of the complaint was there was people saying it's almost an antitrust violation, or
no,
because of the way they give them out and don't require it as a media return, that there's some infringement there. But I'm like, if it's transparent, who cares?
Yeah, they're transparent. Like, and Google's very open about it. Like, it's the whole gift from Google thing, right? And it makes sense for the demographic they're going for. Like, they'll send the phones to guys like us that do phone reviews and everything, and then they'll send phones out to people that do headphone reviews, makeup reviewers, YouTube guru, educators, anybody that's like close to the tech space.
They send my boy TK them, and all he does is cuss at people and drive cars over the speed limit. So,
yeah,
they're pretty open.
So it's good that Samsung asks for it back because they consider me in their eyes, I'm media.
So you look at it as a respect sign.
I do, because this year, for example, with CES, and it sucks that we didn't get like even a virtual badge. I was able to register as media this year, and that's a big deal. Now, what that would give me physically is basically access to those back rooms on the floor, so I could, type up things and actually sit down and do work. That's all. That's the only difference between the past.
Physically,
yeah, and content services. And there's a couple other, seminar things you can go to, but like that's a big deal. Like if I'm on the floor and I want to pump out material, then I have that access, right? Plus, it's it's kind of a. Again, when these things happen, when these things happen, they're going to go, who's under the media tag? Well, Zach is, right? So
that's our boy right there.
Yeah.
So you have the iPhone 12 Pro?
No, I got the 11 Pro Max. I never upgraded it because I didn't see.
I didn't know. I wasn't sure if you got one or not.
Yeah, I was seriously on the fence, and then when I looked at the differences, I was like, I don't do enough with my photography or videography through this phone that I would properly take advantage of the HDR stuff. I'm not saying it's not useful. It's really cool. I like watching it, but I can't take advantage of it right now. So I'll probably
did do it.
Did you? Yeah, you've had nothing but lemons. Hey?
I'm on my second unit, nonstop. In fact, even today, the other two in this broadcast will comment on it, but I literally can't take a screenshot without a problem. And I know recently Chris has totally converted Michael Pepper to his cult of the cult of Apple, because
he's got a black turtleneck. Actually, he's going to put on halfway through the show.
What's the cult of Apple?
Oh, the cult. Well, I mean, so
wait, like I don't understand what you mean by that.
Last summer, I had Pepper. Pepper was all about the Note. He was all about the Pixel, all about his Razer laptop. Now he's disdain for everything non-Apple. It's just shocking to me, and frankly, it's hurtful.
As I'm streaming from my Razer, my Sony camera, my LG TV,
because you need to actually do stuff. But when you want to be seen, which brand do you show?
My Note, because this thing is sexy.
It is.
Okay.
Oh wow, that's not.
By
that's
the
not
way,
nice.
Is that the Note?
The update. You're talking.
Oh
about
yeah, talk about the update.
You're talking about fingerprint scanner.
Yeah.
It made my Note 20 Ultra's fingerprint scanner faster. I feel like. I feel like the one
I
3.0 update like improved the.
I wondered if it was a physical thing with this new 21 series, or if it was a software thing. Because literally, here I'll show you guys with this camera here.
I think it's both, because the Qualcomm processor is using an updated generation of a slightly larger actual physical sensor too.
Yeah,
but
I know that this one is
did
larger.
help.
But did you guys see that? Like, just watch. It's barely even a touch now. Like, boom. Right? It's
You know
just
how
like
I got around that in the past?
just like an optical.
I would program the same finger 3 times.
Would you? Okay, so I was.
And it actually makes a massive difference.
Really?
On the old, Note 10 and the Note 20, I would just use the same finger, like my main finger.
Yeah.
I would do it 3 times.
I
And
never thought about
it
that.
works well.
I always did like left and right. I never done multiples. I never tested that. Now I don't have my Note 10 Plus anymore. So
yeah, next time you have an end screen,
yeah.
I know they've already improved them leaps and bounds anyways, but if it happens again, at least do 2 on the same finger, or 2 on your 2, like 2 on your thumb and 2 on your pointer, because it's usually either out of the pocket or on the table, right?
Okay.
Do that and you will see increased performance for sure.
Did you do that on your iPhone 12 perchance, Mike?
Did I do on my 12? No.
Did you doodle?
No, I was just wondering if you set, like, if you did the multiple
you want to talk about
thing.
You want to talk about Face ID? You want to go into those? So I'm having trouble. So this correlates to a news story right now. Supposedly, with the new iOS coming out, it's going to be able to Face ID you if you have an Apple Watch, right? With just as long as it gets your eyes and has proximity to your Apple Watch, it's going to open the phone. That's kind of what I'm getting the gist of it, right? Because people are having issues with the mask and whatnot. I'm having problem with no mask with my iPhone 12. I don't know if I'm morphing to a new level of ugly and I need to update my scan, but especially, and it's funny, you're going to laugh when I say this, when I wake up in the morning and I'm like, you know, that face when you first, it rejects me. Oh, only me? I'm the only fat loser that wakes up in bed. Okay. Yeah. Anyways, so in the morning it screws it up. And when I'm outside, if there's any hint of sunlight anywhere around me, I have to use the code, the pen, every single time. It's frustrating to say the least. And yet I'm the only one that has this problem. I'm the only one that has the screenshot problem. Through multiple devices documented, I have the pictures.
Oh, where it's like all distorted and stuff? Is that what it was?
No, my screenshot. So what's going on with screenshots? I'll take a screenshot. It'll spin a circle like LumaFusion or something, like it's rendering, like slowly for just 10 to 15 seconds.
Get it exchanged out. Like, can't you keep on?
I'm on my second one already.
So do another one till you get it right.
It just seems a little.
Can't give up that early, Mike.
I will say the camera's a lot better on the second unit I got.
Because
than
it's
the
funny.
first
I know other people like personally outside of our space and everything who just absolutely no problems. I mean, it's almost like the carriers are purposely giving you a bad phone, Mike. It's like, oh, let's trigger him again.
It's not hard to trigger me.
I know it's not. Yeah.
I'm an angry ginger. It's easy to get me.
I know.
So
Did you
calm
guys just
and relaxed all the time.
Watch what you say on my tweets when I tag a brand. Okay, you're not helping me.
I called Verizon and I was like, that Mike Danskin? I was like, that guy? He lives in Vegas. Can you fuck with his iPhone a little bit and just like make certain things not work? And then when he replaces it, can you make other things not work so he thinks that,
It's not hard to get me in spinning in a circle chasing a stop sign or fire hydrant. Did you guys see the space? Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, do you guys have any other questions about this at all? I mean, other than I know that you guys dislike.
My big question was, did you use the S20 Ultra, the Note 20 Ultra? Sorry,
I used the Note 20 Ultra. They did send it to me. I had it.
Give me the real camera difference that you notice or don't notice.
Yeah,
that's what I want to know. Because fundamentally, they're the same other phone other than the camera.
They're very, very similar. In fact, this is almost identical to the S20 FE except for the 64 megapixel telephoto. Everything about it is exactly the same. Between the Note 20 Ultra and this, I cannot tell the difference in terms of quality of looking on my phone or looking on my computer.
What about the selfie?
Selfie.
I heard the selfie. People are swearing it's better.
Dude, it is. Okay, so I have. You guys can. I don't. You guys know I have clear lens glasses here. Hey, so Michael Pepper probably doesn't have this problem, but these are clear, and a lot of the times, it doesn't matter if it's iPhone or Pixel or whatever, this always sometimes gets cut off. In fact, if you look at some of the pictures of me in my recent thumbnails, because I took those pictures with an iPhone 11 Pro Max, you can see it cut off. It's kind of blended in with the pink with the lightsabers in the background. Okay, so that happens. That gets cut off. That has not happened with this yet. And it's not a matter of me turning my head or looking straight on. I'm taking selfies the same way I always do. They have fixed that tremendously. The edge detection is right on with Pixel, if not, I'm going to say better, honestly, at this point. I'm dead serious. I'm so impressed with the selfie stuff.
Mike is going to carry that everywhere now. He's going to be like,
I'm definitely going to cut that from this broadcast, and
yeah,
it's going to. No, I agree. So with Mike, when I had the notes and I was using those, I use my iPhone and my Fold. That's all I use now. But when I was using the notes, and what I noticed was the edge detection was super improved when you use that. There's a mode. It's kind of like the live photo mode, and you can make it so it's all black and white around you. And that mode is like unreal because it uses the TOF. I don't know. Did the new one, does S21 Ultra have the TOF?
No, there's no time of flight. No.
I think they get rid of it, right? But the TOF on the old one was unbelievable.
They removed, so the Note 10 Plus had the TOF. The 20 Ultra did not. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I took this picture with my Note 20 Ultra, and I was surprised at how well it did around the hat. Like around the hat and up by my head and everything, because of and then you see there's the dark edge of the window is lined up really close to the
wrong.
Hi, Chris.
Don't mind me. Let me.
I was just about to comment. That's the guy that came up and started cleaning my windshield earlier.
Where it gets dark, you can see it's dark back there, and dark over on the other side by my middle finger here, and it didn't cut off my head or anything or my shoulders. I was just super impressed.
I have some images here. I'll bring up one directly on Google Photos that you can show
that
me.
Is probably compared to when I used my Pixel 5 to do the same thing, and they're quite good at their
Okay, so here's
AI.
here's a perfect example. Let me show you share this. So this is a selfie taken with the S21 Plus. Now normally let's take a look here. Is it sharing? Nope. I'm sharing. It says I'm sharing. Whoever's in charge of the show here needs to share the screen.
Yeah,
Chris he's new to technology. Give him
I don't understand this.
So if you see where my cursor is right here, normally this would get cut off and blended in because it's clear. It's completely there. And look at the edge detection around my hair and everything.
It's pretty awesome.
And my individual hairs down here. Like I'm super impressed. Like, let me see. If
I can see by the look on your face you were impressed.
I was. I mean, I think I had a couple of them, but yeah, I was super impressed. Let's see if I don't know if I can find another one. I don't know. I don't have any more samples in here. Let me check my other folder. Yeah, okay, here's one I took this one today. I took this one today. This is you guys know El Jefe's what am I doing here? Wrong button.
Audio one?
Yeah. Yeah, this is the one. I think I put this one on Twitter. But like again, you got the edge all the way around the glasses. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It would never do this in the past. This would always
like anything glass would be done.
Like anything clear, anything without a defined edge, like what you and I see, it would not catch this. It would always blend this in. So I'm so impressed. Yeah. That's a good hat, by the way. So, yeah.
That's impressive. I like that it even makes it look like there's blood like flowing through your veins, and the wall is a different color. Like that was the thing on portrait mode sometimes on the iPhone. It's like,
yeah,
we should just make you can you just match whatever the background is, or
it
messes with it.
Yeah, no, that's the skin tones are right on. Like I dare to say that the selfie camera is on par with the iPhone. Seriously.
It gets glasses. I mean, even on the 12s, they don't. It's still.
If you get glasses, you're ahead of. You could compete with Apple in any way if you get glass. Period. Yeah. Or straw.
Straws, yeah.
There's a straw in the photo. That's the vice.
Straw.
That's a definite vice for all iPhones.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Hey, did you guys check out? I know it's off topic. Actually, let's close this out before we get to the next topic. So, my last question about the S21. You purchased the S21.
Yep.
Are you going to keep it?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
There's not.
You're in your return window, right? So.
Well, yeah. Up here we have 14 days, so this is 7 days. I already contacted my carrier. I actually have 30 days to exchange. So if I do want to go for a larger size, I would. But like, I'm definitely going to keep this. I'm not going to the Ultra because I'm happy with this. This fits my needs. It also fits the needs of the majority of my audience. Now, here's the thing. Like a lot of people are like, how come you're so excited, Zach? Nothing's changed before. Here's why I'm excited. Okay, and it goes. And I did a stream. I did a clip about this. It goes back to CES last year. Okay, when we went to the TCL thing, TCL showed off sub $500 phones, really good phones. The 10L and 10 Pro were really good, and then Google came out with their thing, the 4A, and the 5, and then Samsung surprised all of us with the S20 FE, and you go, okay, the lines between premium and value budget, whatever you want to call it, tier 2, are really blurred now, and that gets me excited because now you can have a really great experience and keep your kidney, So,
or you can buy 2 for 1.
Yeah, and then you got like OnePlus, who's they got Nords coming out. So I've already looked ahead of the schedule when I was planning all this out. I'm like, okay, well, do I want to just review it and return it, or do I want to maybe wait off for something? I'll make that my main. No, I enjoyed the Samsung ecosystem. I enjoy what they're doing. I like the premium feel. I like how narrow they are. And things like that. So, I've always gone this route. Like I had the Galaxy S6 Edge Plus was my first. Then I had the 7 Plus, 8 Plus, 9 Plus, 10 Plus. Then I went to the Note 9, Note 10, and here we are with this.
I started back with the S2 Skyrocket.
See, I mean, I have a couple of Samsung.
I'm an OG Samsung user.
Yeah, I have a couple of Samsung flip phones, and that's about it. Before like this, but before the S6 Edge Plus, I was a BlackBerry guy. And actually, I had an HTC Desire HD. That was my very first Android. So, like, I've always enjoyed this. Yeah.
You have the same mental disorder as Adam.
BlackBerry? I used to.
I don't know if he's still in the chat. Had to take a shot.
Oh, Tech Odyssey. There's nothing wrong with BlackBerry. I mean, it's a Canadian company, and hopefully
BlackBerry used to be the shit, like in the early 2000s, mid 2000s, and.
Their problem is they couldn't get the developers on board to developing the apps. Everybody else is buying iPhones, and even to this day, we see this all the time. How come there's no Android app? Well, here in North America, nobody buys it. I don't say nobody, but the Android market is so small compared to iPhone, right? You know, how come there's no Clubhouse for Android? Well, first of all, you're gonna come in there and ruin it.
Well, because Clubhouse is for people that have to be a little bit arrogant. So Android.
I've been so selective about the rooms I go into, and like, okay, I'll go into any room and just like listen to the stupidity if I just want to feel stupid for a bit. But I've been really selective about the rooms I go into and interact with. In fact, I've started cleaning up the people I follow because I start getting these notifications like, Elon Musk is boring. Come chill in here. What? No, what? I wanted to hear him yesterday, like the other day, or it was on Sunday. So
I watched him. I recorded it. I screen recorded it. No one busted me. No one busted me.
Did you do it?
I heard that's like a no-no.
Hold on. You screen record, including the audio, through your iPhone.
Mm-hmm.
Clubhouse knows you did that.
I didn't have it on the screen though.
What do you mean?
Like I was listening to it.
Yeah.
And then I went into other shit and screen recorded it.
You like
so I could get the audio.
Use a separate device than the one you're listening to?
No, on my iPhone.
That's
so
weird.
If they ban me, I get banned. But I did it.
You should have got a notification saying we don't allow it because I actually plugged in a microphone to see if I could.
I didn't go that far. So what I did was I started it before I even opened the Clubhouse app.
Yeah.
Okay. Opened the Clubhouse app, went in there. As soon as it started audio, I task changed it to something else, to my personal stuff like photos or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And you could clearly hear him speaking, recorded 20-30 minutes of him speaking and got no bad boys. In fact, they gave me more invites to hand out.
You know what? Actually, it may have been one of those casts on there where they say, recordings allowed kind of thing. So
maybe because he's a public figure.
Yeah,
I don't know.
And it's out there. Like if you go to YouTube, there's stuff. Anyway.
I don't do that to Viper.
Yeah.
But
we don't have to talk about him. But anyway, so that's why.
Wait. What's there? What's there?
Nothing. I'm just kidding around. Him and I and a bunch of other people were in a room with.
Oh, the other night I saw that.
Did you see that?
Yeah, but go ahead and tell the audience what's going on with that.
I'm not going because I don't think anything's gonna happen. But I've been teasing him about let's make up some beef. He's like no. So no, everything's good. So, but yeah, that's where I'm coming from with this. I wanted to align myself with more of the audience in the mid ranges and everything, and I'm excited about what's coming up. I mean, there's gonna be another Nord. There's obviously gonna be a Pixel 5a. Hopefully, we'll see an SE version of this based on the feedback and everything from last year. Of course, Samsung apparently is also rumored to be doing FE versions of foldables that are gonna be really affordable. So that is really excited because I haven't actually tried a foldable yet.
Really?
So,
Nothing?
Yeah, I haven't tried it. I haven't even touched one. Yeah.
The Fold 2 is amazing, dude.
Yeah.
Like. It's a grip though.
The whole idea of like having to unfold my device in order to use it is a real turnoff, though. Do you know what I mean? Like I know that the screen is bigger on the outside now.
It's a turn off that I can't get a screenshot.
It's an Apple. So just get it exchanged, dude. Stop complaining.
No, it's part of his brand. He's never.
My entire brand is
happy.
bitching. My entire brand is bitching about stuff. You haven't figured it out.
Tech 702 bitch. That's what she.
That wasn't.
Herself.
Yeah.
Okay. My new segment is called Tech Eat for a reason.
Okay. Anyway, what else do you guys want to talk about? I don't have much time. I can hear the kids getting restless.
So. I just want. Yeah, mine are about to kick the door down. No, I appreciate you coming by. If you got to go, just let us know.
No,
but,
until they kick the door down, I'm good.
So another thing I wanted to talk about. We talked. See, what's talking about. Did you invest in any of the stocks? Just real quick.
No.
Okay, I just wanted to know. So that was just a side question.
Yeah, no, I have stocks in like some really, I mean they're companies that constantly go up, like some oil and gas and mining companies up here and everything. But the interesting is I started reading that whole thread, that whole area on Reddit like 2 or 3 days before that. I think it was the Saturday before. I came across it. I don't know how, and I'm like, right. So I started looking into it because I invest. I do all my stuff through my bank. Through my tax-free savings account. That's how we do it up here, or that's one of the ways you can do it. And I looked into it, like, could I invest? Because everything I'm invested in right now is all Canadian stocks, right?
It's like an Amish horse cart.
So I looked into it. I'm like, could I convert? But of course, when I do that, you have to convert Canadian to American dollars, so that's basically plus 30%, and then there's the fees and this. So is it going to be worth it?
Wow.
Well, it seems like it was, as long as you pick the right ones. But I've been just sitting back watching all this going, wow. But I mean, it's funny. Everybody's kind of complaining. Everybody's complaining about Robinhood. But if you read their terms of service, they've done nothing wrong in their eyes.
I mean, I won't say who, but I have somebody in my life that works for a very large hedge fund, like personal, very, very first person, not hearsay.
Mhm.
And what a lot of that came down to was not them hooking up anybody. It came down to they literally couldn't cover the checks they were writing, so to speak. So like,
Oh, I believe it.
people were trading shares, and kind of like, you know how your bank, well, I don't know in Canada, but in the United States, like your bank has to be able to cover all the deposits, FDIC, up to a certain amount. And there's some kind of rule, like I trade, but I don't know every detail. And there's some kind of rule with that with brokerages. And it came down to like, they realized, holy crap, if everybody cashes out, we're short. And that's kind of like what happened. But they don't want to say that because then it makes them look like punks.
Yeah.
So they'd rather piss off a few customers than piss off the SEC, because that's how you get closed down. And that was kind of the super inside story I got on what happened.
I guess the Robin Hood guy is supposed to like go in front of Congress or something like that. So I guess we'll see what happens.
They will,
So.
but in the end, they'll find out it was just they were covering their butts with solvency. I think that's all it was. So, what we got you, last question.
Hey, hold on.
Oh, yeah.
I just want to push that button. Go ahead.
I got to come up with a soundbite for you so you can use me bitching about something, and then that'll on your soundboard.
Do you have sound? Do you have super chats here? Oh, that doesn't work, does it?
No, we're all poor YouTubers.
No,
we
just
spend money to make YouTube. We don't.
I think we're 26. I think we're 26 away from being monetized.
Hello there.
2,600.
Something like that, you know. Well, this is a live stream until we get, you know.
I've spent like 10 grand to make YouTube so far. Everybody else is getting checks. What the hell's going on?
Oh man.
I always like to super chat Zach just so I can get him to do the cucumber.
Oh, this one?
Cucumber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only reason. I'll go in there and be like, $5 for cucumber.
I love Rich from Review Tech USA. I absolutely adore that man. So, yeah. That's some good stuff right there.
So we talked a little bit about Clubhouse, and you're on the hot seat. So I kind of talk shit. That's what I do. Viper made a tweet today about how amazing, how all these people follow him on Clubhouse, and everywhere he goes, people are talking about Viper on Clubhouse. And I was like, how much you make, bro? You know, like they should pay you. And so where do you see the future? Because it's basically replacing or a sidestep to podcasts, but they're live. You're providing a product on their platform. If you have like I've seen D Nimmin, I've seen Renee, I've seen a bunch of people out there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're basically giving away this advice, Roberto Blake, whoever, that they normally would charge for, but they have no way to get compensated for it. So how long do you think before creators go, hey, we need a deal here if we're going to keep giving out this content for free? Or does it die off? Or do they just feel benevolent?
Well, okay. So first of all, like for people like Roberto Blake or Sean Cannell, like I was in Sean Cannell's room last night, and a lot of the stuff that Sean was talking about and introducing everything is all available through Think Media and all the stuff that he does. Like I took his course like 2 or 3 years ago, and back then the course was more about SEO. Basically,
Did you pass?
Did I pass? No, it was like 9 courses. It was really good, but I learned like the SEO side of things. Now, since then, like within a year, everything had changed with YouTube anyway. So at the time, it was very helpful. So all the stuff that they're talking about in these rooms and the information they're giving away, as you say, is only up to a point. But if you want to go that extra step and really, you know, then you need to pay for that access and those courses through them. And I can tell you right now from my personal experience, Sean Cannell is worth it, and Roberto Blake is worth it. But they're not necessarily worth it for everybody. Right? Like I firmly believe that you should do 100 or 150 videos before you even think about doing something like that. Right?
That'll take Chris about 35 years.
So I mean, yeah, there's so much. I mean, I told you guys some obvious stuff here at the start. That was a hack. It still is a hack for the longest time. That if you can't put out any content on your channel and you want to keep it relevant, log on and make playlists, and they don't even have to have your videos in them. You can put. I have playlists of unboxing the S21. It's my videos mixed in with everybody else's. So if someone types in S21 unboxing playlist, or they click on the playlist, they'll get my video along with everybody else's, and that helps everybody.
So you kind of get credit for promoting other content. See, I didn't even know that. That's crazy.
I need to do that.
So that's something that was previously not kind of given away, but now I mean it's a little bit older knowledge. but it's still relevant. Do you know what I mean? So
Well, I just learned it in 2021. So
there you go. So like Daryl Eves, for example, has this incredible course, and I haven't taken it. We know people that has it. It's like a $5,000 course. It's really intense, and it's about putting your different information in different buckets and things like that. It's definitely not for everybody, and there's a lot of information in that course that I've been told about that's already out there. But it's the way that it's taught and the way it's structured that a lot of people need. One of the biggest faults that I have on my channel, one of the reasons why I've been very slow with my growth, is inconsistency. Like, you know what I mean? Like 1 week I'll do 1 video, the next week 3 videos, the next week no videos, the next week no videos. So that's why I'm sticking to this schedule till at least the end of April. Like I'm just gonna grind.
So is it better to make 0 consistently, or every once in a while throw one out there?
I mean, you want your audience should know. For example, like I know every Monday morning when I wake up, there's going to be a couple of Joe Blow videos, like where they'll talk about the behind the scenes of this movie or that movie. I know that every day around 4:00 my time, there's going to be a Philip DeFranco show. Do you know what I mean? Monday through Friday, Monday through Thursday, whatever it is, right? And you got see the thing is, you never hear audiences like viewers complain about the algorithm. Like you always get fed good stuff like that, right? So if you can think like that, think like what the people want to see, you can win at YouTube. It's not that hard. But again, like I know and it's funny I say that you're like, "Oh, Zach, you haven't grown at all," because I've been inconsistent. I know what my problem is. I've been wildly inconsistent. This is week number 3 of using this new schedule. So
At this night, you were all spending all your time at PhD.
no, that's just on Tuesdays. I don't even know what's happening with the podcast, to tell you the truth. So
I went in. Well, when I wasn't making content for the last month, I went in and changed up thumbnails though, and did new tags. And I had one video just by changing a couple tags, changing my title slightly. I didn't even touch the thumbnail. Went from 660 views to 4,350 in the last.
there you go.
month.
Yeah, sometimes just tweaking the thumbnail.
Like I was like, what the heck?
In the title. In fact, it's actually been proven recently in the last year or so, and up until now, I mean, it may change some more. For all we know, that tags are not as heavy dependent on serving your content as the title and the relevancy, right? So again, go back and look at any front page tech video, and you'll see that John uses 3 or 4 tags. They're usually like iPhone 13, iPhone rumors kind of thing, and that's it, right? So that he gets his stuff served beside. But the thing is, because it's topical, nobody goes back and watches a front page tech episode from 6 months ago, right?
No.
So
It's
he
relevant to when he does it.
Yeah, so he has to stay relevant. Then there's the other strategy of doing evergreen, and doing like what Michael did, for example, and putting in tags like best Bluetooth speaker under $50, waterproof Bluetooth speaker, right? So, and that works for review stuff, right? So there's different ways to approach. You can do topical and be relevant right away, and then drop, or you can do evergreen and it's a slow burn, right?
So, in your opinion, though, just if I had to summarize what you're saying about Clubhouse, is that you think that the creators are using it as a platform to kind of build a rapport so that they can sell their products, and they have no expectation of making money from
I don't
it?
think anybody knows what really Clubhouse could be right now. I don't think even there's only 9 employees at Clubhouse know what Clubhouse is. I can tell you that a year from now, 6 months from now, it won't even be near the same as what it is. So get in while it's good. Get your name. If you host a room on a weekly basis, apply and get that green little house check mark, if you want to call it that. Get that, because they're handing them out.
How do you get that?
You literally apply. It's not hard to do. It's just a form you fill out.
Can I just send them a business card and a fake ID, or?
I don't know. I've never tried it, but apparently it's not hard. If you have a consistent room or topic or anything like that, apply for it. Get that, because that helps people find rooms easier, right? So yeah. So for example, if Roberto Blake or Sean Cannell, whoever one of these YouTube educators is doing something, it's because they want to get their name out there on this other platform, because there might be people on Clubhouse that have never heard. Actually, I know this for a fact. There's people on Clubhouse in these YouTube rooms where people are talking about YouTube that have never heard of Roberto Blake. And I've gone up on the stage and I'm like, do yourself a favor and go watch Roberto Blake. There's this girl one time. I've made 3 videos and I only have 2 subscribers. What do I do to grow? Make fucking videos. Like, excuse the language.
We're not monetized. You can say whatever you want.
Yeah, but that's true, right? Like, what are you doing? And I told her, go make 100 videos, and in the meantime, on your off time, go watch Roberto Blake. Who's Roberto Blake? Oh, good. Okay, not your fault, But again, a perfect example of someone who doesn't know. So Roberto Blake, he can use the platform to give out his information and help people. That's how you build a rapport. And maybe down the line, she becomes a client. Who knows? Maybe she buys a package that Roberto has or access to this and that, right? So it's a good way to do things. It's a good way to build things up. But as for actually making money on Clubhouse itself, I don't know how that looks. Do you know what I mean? Because right now,
it's coming, right? It's
well, I know.
Like, it'll get there.
There's gonna
It'll
be
get
some sort
there.
of, yeah, there's gonna be some sort of monetization. I don't know how that's gonna look because some people have called it interactive podcast. Well, I don't know if it's interactive podcast because you have a topic and then maybe some people that are talking to everybody. Maybe that is like, for example, Summer does a thing called the Daily Affirmation, which has been really good for myself mentally.
It could be like a TED Talk.
Yeah, and then you have other ones where it's just a random free for all and everybody's up on stage kind of talking, and it's just a voice type thing. But the nice thing about it as well is that because it's voice, you'll understand if I say "fuck you, Mike," or if I say "fuck you,
20,
Mike."
But
You know what I
20
mean?
times a day, I get told that.
Exactly,
So.
right? So you get the nuances. You get, which is typically lost through text, through Twitter, or through Instagram, right? So I've enjoyed it that way because it's more of a one-to-one. When we're like this, you guys get to see the facial expressions and the hands and this and that, and it helps out. Get the point across.
Well, I mean, I have a face for audio, clearly. So,
So do I.
It might be beneficial.
Yeah,
It might be beneficial to me.
The one thing with Clubhouse, like the one reason I prefer this over Clubhouse is I can tell like when one of you guys are gonna go to say something, so I don't accidentally interrupt. That doesn't happen. So sometimes you just have those dead spots in Clubhouse where people are like waiting for somebody to talk, and then you have
Yeah.
5 people that all go and talk at the same time, and it's like, I wish you could have a button that would be. The other thing is, I wish there were like icons so you could say I'm coming in and I'm available to speak, or I'm just here to listen.
They're gonna
Because
be
I've
adding-
been pulled up on stage before
Yeah.
when I was like riding down the road and my son's screaming behind me. Nobody wants to hear that. Like
they're going to be adding stuff like that. Like I hate when you put your hand up and as soon as you get pulled on stage, your mic is unmuted. You should be muted and notified some way,
Same.
like on screen.
Yeah.
That, okay, now I'm up on stage. They're fixing stuff like that. But I mean, the Clubhouse is going to be completely different from now, 6 months from now, a year from now, who knows, maybe even next month. Just get on it while it's good. Like I said, I've been picky about the rooms I join. I like going to the one that Viper does on Saturdays because, Board at Work is on there, and Super Saf and Renee Ritchie, and all people, quality creators that I watch, that I'm friends with. I want to hear from them. We want to talk about things, right? But I'll enter some of these other rooms like YouTube growth and let's all grow together. And everybody's just talking about promoting their channels and sub for sub. I'm just like, get me the fuck out of here.
Stuff is annoying as shit.
Dude, I'm done. Like I don't enter those rooms anymore. And I've actually stopped following some of those people. So you have to be really careful. I mean, if you don't have to be, it's up to you. But for me, I've been really careful about who I follow and the rooms I enter and the people I listen to, because you get into these echo chambers of just hearing the same stuff. And sometimes you get into these rooms where the people are just like depressed and like, I have a YouTube channel and nobody's watching. I'm a really exciting person. It's like, what? No, get out of here. Go drink some coffee. So,
Yeah, it gets so annoying in there because you'll have somebody that comes on and they're like, oh, I was this or that, and now I started a YouTube channel and I've got this many, and they're complaining. They started like a week ago and they have like 2,500 subscribs and all this stuff, right? And
It's
they're
the
complaining
TikTok-
about that.
it's the TikTok generation. And I don't mean to throw TikTok under the bus, but TikTok took off at just the right time. I don't think they even anticipated with the whole pandemic and everything like that. But here you have 1 minute or less content, and people love consuming that kind of stuff. But then they come over to YouTube and they don't realize that YouTube is like slow. It's a slow game here, But yeah, there are the occasional flash in the pan people that they put up a video and they're living in their van. I can't remember the gal's name from last year. 1 million followers overnight. That doesn't happen to everybody. I mean, and I'm not.
You either
saying
have to be a reasonably attractive woman, a talented male, or a good-looking male.
It helps. I mean, it does help. Absolutely. Yeah.
Those are realities to when you're doing any kind of content, because we're all human. No one wants to look at an ugly guy unless he has a talent.
But I've been doing Clubhouse basically in the mornings where I am up early enough for Summer's daily affirmation, which is at 5:30 Pacific. It's so early, but I'm usually up by then anyway. 6:30 here, and then I basically just been going there in the evenings to see if there's a room being hosted by people I know, or like names I know, like Sean Kennel, Robert, right? And entering those. And then I'm going to the Saturday thing because Saturdays I'm usually editing. You know, my wife hits the sack early and kind of thing. And so I'm up doing the kind of thing, and I'll just throw off the side and I'll listen in, and away we go, right? So, and that's basically how it's been for me. I have no real interest in hosting any rooms because I'm doing my own stream here 3 days a week. And then plus the
It becomes
editing.
too much.
Yeah, it does become too much. And I guess I could use it as a sounding board here and there to get some information. But I mean, I honestly use Twitter for a lot of that kind of stuff. It seems to make more sense. So,
I want to make a conspiracy theory channel on there.
go
like,
ahead, man. There's
just
tons.
go-
Of them. There's tons, dude. There's tons.
Like
of them.
all of my dark corners of my mind, just bring them to fruition. Because I'm sure there's a bunch of crazy people to be like, bro, you're on to something. This is the way.
This is the way. Oh,
Did you guys see? I think they gave us a pretty good picture of
Why?
Clubhouse.
my Siri just went off. I don't know why. That's weird.
Hey Siri,
I thought I had her turned off. Weird.
is it that time of the show? Okay, Google. For everybody has their volume up.
I set mine off last night doing that. I was talking about. I was complaining about Stadia.
Every time if my wife says something and I'll be like, okay, seriously, it will think I'm saying the keywords. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, really?
Battery
The Siri
powered.
on my watch only goes off when I curse my wife.
Battery powered. You've been so quiet.
And I've just been, kind of. This is kind of like me watching YouTube in a way. Like I'm watching, I'm like, oh yeah, that all makes sense, and I have absolutely nothing to contribute because
It's okay, man.
because I'm just here to basically coach Mike and correct him on all of his improper iPhone usage. Is the only thing I got. I mean, my only question, which you already hit back on S21 land, was I was wondering how it compared to the Note 20 Ultra, because that was the last Samsung device that I had.
Yeah.
I have a Note 10 Plus now, and it's like I'm not really a fan of the S line stuff. I can't be, but
Well, here's the thing. Okay, so I had the Note 10 Plus, and then Samsung sent me the S20 FE, and I loved using it because I was like, this is so great. It feels premium and everything, and yet it's like a $699 phone or whatever it was, $799. And then they sent me I had to send it back, and then they sent me the Note 20 Ultra, and I'm like, this is cool and everything, but I kind of want to try I want to go back to the FE. Can I get that back? And so when the S21 came out and everything, I was checking out the specs. I'm like, okay, let me see if I can get a better deal on this than the S20 FE, because I was so close to going and pick up a red one, and I actually got a better deal on this than if I went with the S20.
The red
FE.
ones are faster.
I got a better deal on
No,
this than the S20 FE, only because of the deal I got with my carrier. I traded in my Note 10 and another device, and they actually ended up doubling my data, and my bill went down by $15. Now, not everybody's going to get that deal, but I got that deal, right? And so I got 43 gigabytes of data to sit at home. Like, do you know what I mean? On my
Right.
Wi-Fi. So when you ask me, like, this or the Note, from my experiences, it makes sense that I would like this because I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the S20 FE more than Note. That's not saying the Note's bad. I absolutely love the Note. That bronze color, whatever they want to call it, it's beautiful, and it photographs well, and it was snappy. It was fast. I'll tell you this: I do not miss curved edges. I don't think I'll ever go back to a curved edge phone. Here's the thing. I did a video on this. See, I got these big hands. I'm a big fat guy. With the curved edges, my palm, you see where my palm is right there? It would always hit the edges there. And it would always register something when I reached over to click something. Oh my God, this has not happened with this. And if you're a screen protector company, you're going, yes, we can make product again, right? So, yeah.
yeah, there's
Right?
no more like UV resin and all that stuff.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just
I used to
$8
work for-
glass.
I used to work for a distributor, and it took us forever to get the right manufacturer for some of the curved glass out there to get those edges right. And even then, you had to put it in a case in order to get rid of that sharp edge there. But I don't miss having a curved edge. Yeah, it's cool and everything. The whole border disappears and everything. But I'll totally go for flat screens for now. And totally.
I like the fact it's curved and it like digs into my skin so I can't drop it. It's like getting a knife
Yeah.
into your palm.
This actually weighs more than the Note 20 Ultra. It does.
So it
Which I
only
did not
weighs about
realize.
half as much as my iPhone 12.
It's about 10 grams more heavier, which is interesting. So,
The iPhone 12 Pro Max weighs. It's
dude,
like
that's a big phone.
dude,
It's made of lead.
It literally feels like I'm carrying like a
Like-
spare tire out of my car.
It's bigger
Like-
than my 11 Pro Max, and I grabbed my 11 Pro Max, and this is uncomfortable to hold.
Ridiculous. It's
Because it's like it's a wide boy, you know. You
the
know,
most uncomfortable phone made.
I don't think Apple will ever narrow their phones, but like when I was considering the 12, I was just gonna go with a regular 12, like not the Max, even though the Max has technically the better camera. But again, I just like why I didn't pick up the Ultra. I don't need all those extras and everything. And here's the thing: I talked about this last night. You can give all the cameras and the megapixels and the megapixels and and the pickles and everything and all the
Pickles. Mega pickles.
whatever. And you can give all the different different things and mirrors and everything. If you don't know how to compose a photo, you're still going to take a shitty photo. It's like these. It's like some people in our community. I'm going to get the best A7131 Alpha A7 whatever, and they're still making shitty fucking videos on YouTube. Right?
So I need to soundbite that. Still making shitty fucking videos on YouTube.
Dude, please don't. But you know what I mean, though. Like, it's true, though, right? Like, El Jefe Reviews is a perfect example of this. The dude was pumping out great content using the reverse camera on his S8, Galaxy S8 Plus, using a mirror so he could use the good camera on the back better than some people with an A7 II or 3 or whatever it was at the time, right? It's about how you utilize the tools. Now, give someone more tools or more precise tools, yeah, it will help them. But there's a lot of fundamentals you need to know first. I could get this same look and everything you guys are seeing right here using the selfie camera on this. I absolutely could.
That's wild.
And I have. I've used it when this camera is overheated. Luckily, with the A10 Mini, it actually takes the brunt of the work. So this thing doesn't get hot anymore. I love it. I can stream forever.
I did a whole 2-hour stream just using my Note, plugged in through Dex, ran my my microphone in, and used the back camera on it.
Yeah.
And the autofocus and like the whole, if you hold something up close and it focuses on it and then it goes back to your face, it's just like, now it got really warm because 2 hours with the phone plugged in, pumping all that through it's going to get hot, but you know, it worked. And as soon as I was done, it cooled down really fast, but
like
it's possible.
The HDMI adapter for my iPad over here for this camera right here is quite warm. It's not hot, but it's warm. And the one I use for, like, I normally use my iPhone for the top down shots. Like, I don't have that. If I go to camera 2 or camera 3 right now, I don't have anything right now. But normally I've been using my iPhone, and I've started saving my pennies to get a ZV-1 for a top down shot for those product. Don't shake your head. I've done my research, dude. I can't wait to get it. Actually, I'm gonna wait and see if Sony comes out with
as long as it's on a mount, you're good.
Oh yeah, no,
it's gonna be still. He'll be fine.
Yeah, it'll be on the.
If it's on a mount, you have my endorsement. If you want to take that on vacation, get ready to see pictures of Sasquatch blurred.
See this right here? This is the Elgato. This is that 10-pound. The mount, like, and I also have it so I can clamp it against the desk, and then it'll go on here, which right now I have for the phone, right? So, looking forward to that. Looking forward to that.
Yeah, I would think that's about the best application for the ZV-1.
Well, the product, the instant product thing, right? Now, here's why I was also thinking, and this is going to trigger Mike. I did CES with my iPhone 2020, like last year, with my iPhone, the DD mic, and it worked out great. Except when I needed to use my iPhone, I'd have to unhook and right. I'm going to use the ZV-1 along with the DD microphone for vlogging CES 2021 or 2022.
It's pretty optimistic. You're gonna have to wear 3 masks and get 6 vaccines.
Well, I mean, well, I'll have my iPhone with me too, so I can always switch over, Mike, right? But I mean, I've seen enough vlogging for footage with the ZV-1. Now, here's the thing: was it summer last year that the ZV-1 came out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there should theoretically be a ZV-2, and if that happens, what's improved, and does it bring down the price of the ZV-1? So I've started saving my pennies because right now up here in Canada for the ZV-1 it's 9,000. It's 9,000. It's 900.
Did you guys get stimulus there? Did she use a stimulus?
It's $999.
Everybody's doing their stimulus here. We ain't paying our rent. We're just buying shit.
So I started saving my pennies, and I've got about half the money saved up right now. But as soon as I get there in a couple of months, hopefully at the end of this 90-day thing, I'll have an actual camera rather than my cell phone, which will be nice.
So So hopefully you don't have the issue I had. I got the ZV-1 and was using it like I use my A6100. It died 23 minutes into every stream because it would refuse to charge over USB. We've been on for an hour and 5 minutes plus how long we were talking with the guys before. I still have 98% left on my battery.
Did you have the battery in it too? Well, it should have kept on going with the battery in it.
Yeah, it just it refused to USB charge. So I returned it after one day and went,
what did you have
about it.
USB
I can buy an A6100 and a lens and another lens for what I paid for the ZV-1.
Would you have powering it like you said USB? But did you have it going into like
into my laptop, just like I do right with this?
Hold on, stop. You had it. You were powering it through your laptop.
Yeah, just like I do with this.
No, with the ZV-1, you got to use a 2 amp or higher or something that's 2.5 amps.
Oh,
you got
that's weird.
Yeah, you should have used a dedicated plug-in.
That's weird because like this one.
Did you even bother testing that?
Fine. I tried plugging it in.
It's Michael.
I tried plugging it in like normal to wall.
He only tests stuff during our lives.
Never his.
So I have multiple different adapters here, and I always test that kind of stuff. I'm not slamming or anything like that.
No, I had it plugged in through my I have an adapter. I plugged it in through that too, which is powered, and then it has a 3.0 port out of it that's a 2. It's like a higher powered port, and the same thing happened. It just would refuse to maintain enough, and it would just die after like 23 minutes. It was weird.
Interesting.
I had 2 batteries too, so I tested both of them, and I ended up returning. And I was like, you know what? I could buy a full-on camera, have the advantage of upgrading the lenses later and some things like that for my use.
Yeah.
That was but for your use, I would say, and you have your regular camera that you use.
Yeah, I mean, this is the
so you
right
already have the ability to swap out lenses and stuff.
Yeah.
So as a secondary camera, it would be good.
Yeah.
And if you're just gonna hook it up and run it in through you should be fine. But
Josh Quinoza, is that how I pronounce his name? Quinoza? Quinoza? Anyway.
Quinones.
Sorry. Oh my God, Quinoza. There you go. So
that's the difference from being from Southern California and being from Canada. Okay, go ahead.
Anyway, he's been doing all his content on it and everything, so that's why I've been attracted to it, his vlogging and everything like that. And like I know that Mike, you had your problems here and there and everything like that, but
it wasn't terrible. Yeah. But when you're trying to film moving, that was the big thing. If you're free holding it, and you're trying to do action, your kids playing stuff, this would be really bad.
This would be mostly like on a.
Anytime I put it on a tripod, no complaints. Anytime sitting on the desk, no complaints.
This
product shots, amazing.
This would be using, the switch pod, and that's the idea, and then having it out to vlog, and then obviously turning the camera around if I need to film things. That's the whole idea.
It just looks like you're on the Vegas Strip right there.
There you go.
I just wish Sony would fix their app, their webcam app that they, the whole thing with ZV-1 came out and they announced that. Yeah. It's like what is it? 500. It's like 1215 by 500p or something, and it's like 15 frames per second. It's awful. I was like, I use the method where you bring it into the Sony remote, and then you use OBS to screen capture it. And it works, and I don't have to worry about the thing dying because, like I said, we've been on for over an hour and it's only dropped 3%, so I could go 2.5 days before the thing would die.
Probably. Pepper, what mic are you using? What is that?
The AKG P120.
Okay. 702. What are you using for a mic? What is that?
The Samsung Q2 that El Jefe recommended when I said I'm trying to make an entire live broadcast for under $100.
No. Your microphone. What microphone is that?
Yeah, it's a Samsung.
Oh, Samsung. I'm like,
not Samsung.
It sounded like Samsung. I was like,
SAMSON Q2U.
Okay.
And
you get
it was about I said I want to do live for under $100 because I'm not getting paid for it. I was like, as long as I can hear fine and people can hear me, I'm good. So my entire the arm, the mic, and this under $100.
Nice. And what about the battery power? What about you?
I am just using the Blue Yeti or the Yeti Caster.
Is it the new one or like the old school Blue Yeti?
It's the old school one. It's a couple years old now.
That's what my son has. Mine is like 4 or 5 years old, and he uses.
You're
it
on
for-
Zach Talks Tech son level there, Chris.
He's
Not
got
even.
game
Not
up.
even. It's just,
He's got the best mic and the best camera for his Zoom calls for school.
that's,
So that you
It's
get your
better than
hand-me-downs, right?
Better than the teacher, to the point where the teacher's like, Brandon, you go first, and he'll show up at show and tell stuff. first.
John Redinger doesn't have old enough kids yet, right? I'm
They're
sure
pretty- they're pretty young, yeah.
Those kids, when they hit school age, are gonna be dropping some sick,
Oh yeah, yeah.
live class content.
Absolutely. Gentlemen, I need to because it's it's just after 6 o'clock here. I got to get going here. I
Do
could,
your thing. We appreciate you.
yeah. Thanks for coming through, man.
thanks for having me
Appreciate it.
on. And yeah, don't go easy with the clipping of me saying stuff on Twitter.
I'm just gonna grab
Not a chance.
every spot where Zach swore during this and just put it together and have that as like when I get mad during
gonna
stream,
sound-
I'll just hit it.
It's gonna be like a Tourette's outburst. Just put it all together. God damn it! Fuck you. YouTube sucks, cocksucker.
I never said YouTube sucks.
I'm gonna make it say that.
I mean, it kind of sucks, but whatever. But anyway,
No, I'm
So-
just
You
Hey,
just
we
did,
appreciate
so
you,
now
bro.
he can grab that.
Oh, yeah.
everybody that. Not that anybody follows us that doesn't already follow you, but if
You
anybody's
cover.
watching this or replay, go to Zach Talks Tech. He is the most legit Canadian I know personally.
thanks, man.
And he doesn't make those. I'm returning this videos.
And he
I
doesn't
like.
do bullshit videos.
Did I ever do any of those videos? Hold on.
I don't think you ever have.
Maybe
I know.
somewhere. Maybe somewhere.
Hold
Maybe
on,
Maybe
okay.
somewhere in the past, but
You made
that
a
was-
lot of videos. There might be one or two.
I recently passed 300 videos. I'm gonna type in the word return.
Dude, I'm at like
Okay,
50.
okay. This is actually one that's 27,000 views. I brought this out last year. I almost returned the Galaxy Note 10 Plus until I discovered this, and it was about the time of flight sensor. And it's true. I was in a Discord with El Jefe and Viper and a bunch of other people, and I'm like, I'm so frustrated with this camera. Like, what am I doing wrong? And then I learned how to dial in the time of flight or how to use it properly in terms of composing. I went through some forums and everything, and then that's what I went through in the video. But that is the okay. Oh, hold on.
You did some older ones.
I did
But-
one here. I did one here 3 years ago. 10,000 views. iPhone 10 after 72 plus hours. Why I'm returning it. Pixel 2 XL after 72 hours. Why I'm returning. Okay. So I have done those in the
Pixel
back.
2 is probably the screen.
Yeah, dude. I bought 7 of
That
those.
screen was the worst screen
Oh,
ever.
They hated me. In fact, I'm wondering if I was sent the Pixel 4a by accident, and then they discovered.
Because you disparaged it so much.
Well, here's the thing. When I sent my pitch to the Pixel people saying, can I be a part of Team Pixel? I listed out every Pixel video I've done. I gave them all the titles. I was completely transparent. And they're like, yeah, here you go. So I'm wondering if somebody higher up went through those emails after and was like, why did we send you?
I'll be honest. The way they send pixels out has nothing to do with your content. Like I've seen them sending them to certain 13-year-olds.
Yeah.
I've seen them sending them to people that trash them. They just want the exposure. They just want because there's actually a large segment of people that have no idea the Pixel exists, like at all. And when I get people like, "Hey man, I need an Android phone that takes good pictures. I'm not spending over $500 every time I send on a Pixel. Every
Pixel
time,
4a. Absolutely.
like
yeah.
there's no. It's just the way to go. If you want an Android phone that takes pictures, that's what you go with.
I don't know what's going on with my contact or anything like that, but I did talk to somebody today. I had a really good meeting with somebody today. I can't mention who. But I was telling him about some of my frustrations with Google because like they sent me
Tim
the four-
Cook?
No. They sent me Google sent me the 4A, and then they also sent me like their night in promo pack when they were doing the whole night in when they were revealing the 5. They had me involved with that, and they sent me the press release information and the media kit stuff, which they don't send to everybody. And then when I filled out the form and everything that they require up here in Canada, because it's a different PR company up here, to ask for the 5 or even the new Nest speaker and this and that, nothing. Radio silence. And I followed up. I even sent a Christmas card. I finally sent an email a few weeks ago, and I got a bounce back saying I'm out of office. Contact this person. So I contacted that person, and that person got me in contact with somebody else. And I'm going to follow up with them tomorrow for the phone call. So I'm finally getting somewhere again, but it's been super annoying. It's not that I feel like I deserve it. It's just like, okay, you sent me one. I did some good content on it, and I didn't purposely do good content. It was because the 4A is solid. I would totally recommend the 4A. At $350, total deal. I use the 4. Where is mine? I use the 4A right here for product shots. I combine it with moment lenses. See the moment lens thing here, the attachments, to get some really cool shots, like those micro shots you saw of this phone right here. I took with a Pixel with the micro lens on here, and macro lens. So, I just been confused. Like, It's not a matter of how come everybody else is getting. It's like I thought we had a relationship. I thought things were. Do you know what I mean? And I've followed the steps. That's why I've been confused. It's no big deal. I have other things to do. It's just like I was really hoping to review the phone, right? So that's all. Anywho.
Consistency. It's a good thing.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is, right? Like I was consistent with my requests and things like. See, now look at the audio. It's totally dialed in, right? It's totally like boom, right?
Your audio
It
is
is.
perfect.
Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, I'm not. This is the best it's ever been. Now I'm wondering, like, as soon as I switch, like, now if I go over here, I don't know if it's dialed in here or not. I don't.
It's still
think
the same.
The audio
From what I
stays the
can hear.
same. The audio is still sourced from your mic.
I know, but does this seem more off than the other camera? I'll go back over here.
A little bit.
Give me an example.
I think this looks more
The
off.
red fox runs quickly. No,
the jumping fox. What? No.
you know the typing test.
What does
The
the
red
fox
fox
say?
run. You never done a typing test?
A long time ago. Okay.
Yeah, it does look like
I'm being
it's
seriously
off
dinged here by the wife.
slightly more than when you're straight on.
Yeah. I can change the frame rate on this one, no problem. Anyway,
It looks
gentlemen,
like you're 24 FPS.
Zach, thank you for coming on.
yeah,
Go
I
appreciate
know
away.
you get to take off. Appreciate it.
I am subscribed. Hold on, and I'm going to hit bell notify all.
Are you our 50th sub?
Now hold on. Is this Tech Circus? Is this
Yes.
a take on like Circus?
No.
The logo looks like.
Don't
it,
get me
doesn't it?
fucking sued, bro. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
I know. I'm just saying, if you want to get stabbed in Vegas, you go
No.
Circus. Apparently, right? Is that true?
Hey, you have been here more than once. No, Tech Circus. I just figured we were three clowns and it's a 3-ring circus.
Dude,
and
I love it.
I
love
kind
it,
of
man.
played off that.
No,
there's
I
a
totally
tech
love it.
company. There's a tech company in the UK, but they do serious stuff, so
Yeah.
they don't care about us.
No, this is cool. I like this. I hope you guys do more stuff like this and everything. So,
Cool.
yeah,
Appreciate your time.
look me up next time, and I appreciate you guys having. I'm sorry I talk so much, but you guys were asking me questions.
Well, no, I'd rather listen to you than any of these idiots. So
All right, I'll see you guys on Twitter. Okay.
appreciate you, bro.
All right.
See ya.
Later.
Cheers.
Exactly. Take care, man.
Where's the button? There we go.
All right,
Um,
and then there were 3. So who wants to
Oh.
talk besides me now?
Oh, actually, though, hang on one second.
Holy fucking shit! Right when I mentioned the UK,
See that? As if by magic, I'm even blue like the fucking genie. Mm-hmm.
I love the light panels, by the way.
I want my wishes, Dan.
Only like $300 on the wall. It's like, what the what? But,
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dan, we appreciate you waiting that time. Like
He's
that
been
whole,
sitting here the whole hour and 10
He's
minutes,
been
right?
literally the whole
In the
They're
backstage.
totally Englished against me. If I was an American, I'd have been in like bang straight away. But no, because I'm a
No,
foreigner.
Ian got rejected.
This is
It's
bullshit.
because of
I
the
think-
beard.
Chris rejected Ian.
Yeah, that's it.
Hold on, Zach said he wants to talk to you.
Oh,
One resource. Hold on, one resource at a time, bro.
yeah. Let me move this.
We're a
back.
small channel. We got to maximize our guests.
I know, right?
We can't waste 2 at a time.
spread them out. Oh, God damn. I wasn't even ready. There you go. Ah.
That's cool. So first of all, before we ask you anything that's relevant, how was your Vegas trip without me?
It was fucking great. But, because some little ginger-haired fairy was too busy doing other stuff, I didn't get to see him. So, But other than that, it was fine.
Him and Adam came out here and they got. I won't say that, but
What?
because Adam,
Walked about 25 miles. My fat ass hasn't walked that far in I don't know how long.
you know what my favorite part was? The part where you're talking about how much weight you're losing while you're shoving a fucking double In-N-Out burger in your mouth. That was like the best part of the whole trip for me.
So overrated. In-N-Out. Everyone's at it. Having In-N-Out. So overrated. It was like salty shit on a fucking bun.
I will say it's not as good in Vegas as it is in California. So hold
Yeah.
out hope.
It was like steak and shake. You didn't keep me waiting, Zach. I'd literally just pop. You were literally.
I know. That was. I feel bad now. You literally like showed up as Zach's like, I get it. Where's the button? And then you
Seems
showed
like
up. I
we
was
planned
oh,
it that way.
this will seem like so or like people are gonna be like, I can't believe they made him wait.
Wait till you see the next 2 people that are going to show up.
Let me just tell you, Zach. They actually messaged me and said we've got rid of this guy now. So if you want to come on, I'm like, whatever. I mean, I'm cool with that. But if you guys want to kick him off, that's fine. So
We're only allowed to have one foreigner on at a time.
Well, why are you here then? Fucking-
Oh, he's from Mars. It's a special.
Too
It's a special
fucking
place.
soon. So I want to get this in before we get back to tech topics, and I probably have to go take a piss, so I'll let you guys talk about it. But did you guys see? I sent you the
Thanks for
link.
the news.
Well, no, it's been like an hour and a half. I'm drinking brew. Did you guys see the SpaceX blow up, the explosion?
No, I didn't even know it had happened.
Do you have that? Can you pull it up, Chris? I sent you the link earlier directly.
Maybe.
It's a test rocket. No people were injured or harmed, but this picture was pretty badass.
Let me see if I can find this.
It's tech related, space related, so it's kind of tech related. Also, Elon Musk said he's taking a Twitter break, which is corresponding to the crash in the market and the rocket blowing up. Kind of weird.
Lots of crashing going on.
See what's going on. Did you bet anything in the stock market, Dan?
Nah,
Are you in this shit?
Ago was TXMD. I bought in at like $1.30. This morning it was like $1.93. And there's rumor that February the 8th they're going to start short squeezing that as well. So here's hoping.
I lost several $100s this morning.
Yeah, it took a shit, didn't it, today? Big time.
I looked at it as betting on a football game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of it, I think. Probably the smallest picture possible.
I mean, there's more of them, but
yeah, there was a new type. So basically, one of the, I guess there was
SNs,
two liquid oxygen tanks. Only one of them activated, so it got the weight, the center of gravity got messed up, started tilting, and it all went bad.
That's it.
Yeah. Anytime something blows up and no one gets hurt, it's cool though.
Yeah.
If somebody gets hurt, it's tragedy. If nobody gets hurt, it's fucking cool.
Yeah, it looks great. Is that the first one for SpaceX to blow up?
No. But everything that you blow up the first one, and then the rest of them you get them right. Like that's the rule.
well, this is SN9 too. So like SN8, I believe, also blew up. I didn't watch this one yet, but 8 came down and landed the wrong way, basically, and left because of that. And it looks like this one had the same or a similar issue, judging from the plume that we're seeing. But those things are huge. So I mean, I'm impressed that they get them to like go up and then at least come back down.
Yeah.
But it's usually not crashing, it's the sudden stop that messes you up. So
deceleration is much more harmful than the acceleration.
I agree 100%.
What are you up to, Dan? What are you working on? What's in your life tech wise?
I've just done videos for UAG cases that will be out tomorrow for the S21. My S21's got to be returned because the selfie camera is failing. It keeps coming up, camera failed.
Hardware wise or software wise?
Hardware. It's a hardware issue. So it's fine on the rear camera, but the front facing camera just started yesterday. I mean, I know I'm no oil painting, but it kind of fucking offends me that every time I look at it to take a picture, the screen goes fucking black and it tells me.
Literally broke the camera.
Yeah, it's like, come on.
Well, you left that joke wide open because the only one uglier than a ginger on Twitter is you.
No.
So
look at the top right of the screen right now. Tell me that doesn't look like Adam's homeless son.
No, he looks transient, but if he cleaned himself up the right way, he'd still be presentable. He's at least 20 years younger than us.
No, not saying we're the old crew. What can I say? It's fine. It's fine. I think I'm the oldest here, actually. Is that right?
You got me by a year, I think, or two.
That's
One
right.
or two.
Granddad.
I'm 41. How old are you? 43?
45 this year.
Okay, yeah, you're fucking old as shit.
Dude, I smell of piss. I got plastic hips. It's fine. It's all right, though. I can deal with it.
Well, you have a woman that sleeps with you, so you're ahead of the game. So
I smell of piss. That's why we don't notice.
I'm going to step away. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I'm sure you are.
He has to go to his happy place, he says.
Yeah, he's probably going to go and bang one out now because I've turned up.
Yeah, I know that Eric, Easy Computer Solution, had an issue with his front camera on his S21 Ultra, I think it was.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Where there was like this thing at night, and it was like only at night when it was dark, you got weird banding issues.
Huh.
And it didn't matter if he was on 4K or 1080p, if it was on 60 or 30 frames. And it didn't happen during the day, but at night, so he was going to return it. So it sounds like they're having a little bit of issues, but it's not everybody. So that's much better than the S20 Ultra situation where it was everybody.
It's the same camera though, the front-facing camera that was in the S20 Ultra that they didn't have an issue with. The S20 Ultra was the 108 megapixel because they had no laser autofocus, so it pulsed like a. I won't say what I was going to say. That's a bit too rude, but it just wasn't very good. So, Papa Dan, that's right. I'm the grandpapa of Twin Tech. That's it. Yeah, I have a floss in my bag. I have a cane, and I wear mock-up.
Well, I mean, just because you remember the S20 Ultra, I mean that wasn't that long ago. It's okay. We're not going to date you from that.
Thanks. So. Yeah, that was a horrible phone as well. I'm sorry to say. I know people loved it, but whoever thought the color schemes for that phone, they need pinning down and teabagging because they were just fucking disgusting.
Yeah, and I mean, and now it's interesting. I didn't see this with the S21 originally, but it was like they had some colors that were available at launch, and now it looks like last time I looked, it's like a 6-week wait for them. So they had some better colors, but you had to wait.
Yep. And it's like now my S20 Ultra is going back. I've got to wait till March before they can replace it.
Why's that?
And
sold out the 512 model because I got the 512 because I got the $800 off through T-Mobile for that shitty iPhone 10R. So I was like, yeah, why not? And now it's biting me in the ass. March 5th.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had some weird things they did too when they announced those. It was like certain colors are available if you're on a carrier, but other colors are available if it's unlocked. But then only in certain storage sizes. Like you had, like if you wanted the 512, you had to go with the black or the and like couldn't get the silver of the Ultra. And then it's like, what the?
It's challenging. And you also have an iPhone 12 though, right? Just the regular iPhone 12.
Yeah, I went from the 12 Pro Max down to the 12 because the 12 Pro Max and the 12 Pro they're not worth it this year. The difference in them, especially the 12 Pro, I don't know what Apple was thinking of with the 12 Pro.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like the 12 Pro is too expensive. The Pro Max is it's more of a value when you with that
it's
crazy
a better
camera.
Purchase. Yeah,
it's a better
purchase.
Yeah, but it's still it's gigantic. I don't know how it's like they made a phone that's not as big as everybody else's phone, but it's heavy. It's got glass in it or something. It's insanely heavy.
And the thing is, it's thinner than the 11 Pro Max, which is weird. Yes. I don't understand it, but I didn't rate it very much at all. That's why I went. Plus, I got a deal through T-Mobile. Don't ask me how I got it. This iPhone 12 is $3 a month.
Okay. That's pretty good.
So why not? Why not? Even if I don't use it, it can just sit in a drawer for $3 a month and be a backup if I break one. So
holy crap, that's awesome. And it's funny. I think the 12 is like the sweet spot. I mean, it is. So. I've because I bounced around. I had the Mini. I did the Max. Whatever.
I loved the Mini. I absolutely loved the iPhone Mini. I think iOS is so much suited to the smaller screen than the bigger screen. Really, yes.
But what was the fact that I can reach halfway up the screen, like to select a text box and then type without having to go two-handed.
Dude's got small hands.
And
halfway up the screen of a Mini. Come on.
Well, man. And because I have the Note 20 Ultra, it's like a perfect. It's like a
hold that with your feet while you type with both fingers. You know what it is?
It's like the perfect like cousin phone though. It's like because I already have a large phone, I didn't need another large phone and an iPhone. And battery life has been really good. I've been getting like 7 to 8 hours of screen on time.
Yeah, I would have stayed with the Mini, but like I say, for some reason they did. I returned the Mini because I wanted the Max to go to Vegas with, which I ended up getting rid of before I went to Vegas anyway. And then, like I said, I don't know how I got it, but when I returned the Mini, they offered me this for $3 a month. I was like, well, fuck yeah, why not? $3, whatever.
I'm here. I guess I'll make it work.
Yeah, it's like okay, I can deal with it.
Some of the best things I purchased in my life are $3.
Did they have teeth? I know where you live.
Notice he's quiet.
Have teeth. Yeah, exactly.
Mike, are we at the part of the show yet where you talk about all your woes with the iPhone? Because Dan's kind of in the middle of iPhone stuff. I mean, he's gone to the north and south sides. So
I'll go over. So I have, and everything I can say is substantiated here with visual evidence. Because I've literally been in argument. I mean, pretty much the only reason I post is to get in arguments. But about the iPhone, it's about I have specific gripes I've had a situation where, first of all, the Face ID is extremely slow.
Yes,
unless I am indoors with perfect lighting, like perfect angle, it hesitates in sunlight. It hesitates when I wake up. Hesitates in low light. Hesitates when I wear a hat. Hesitates when I wear sunglasses. Whatever I can get.
But it does hesitate sometimes.
But I can get past that. I can get past the unlocking mechanism. The thing that's really pissing me off is I have a situation where my phone is not letting me access photos. So like you open the Photos app, it shows nothing. On the bottom, where it shows your catalog of photos, those show up. I could scroll through them, but nothing shows on the phone while I'm doing it. I have videos proving this multiple times. I'm on my second. I returned the first one. Second one, still same issue. The camera, the focus sucks. You can't focus on anything that's within 8 or 10 inches is about the closest you can get,
Absolutely.
or not a chance you're fucking focusing it.
Totally agree.
So that's another issue. Screenshots. When I take a screenshot, it actually puts up a circle like Luma Fusion, like it's thinking. And sometimes will completely freeze and I have to close it. I don't know if it saved the screenshot or it didn't.
Do you know how many fucking screenshots I've got from pulling the fucking phone out of my pocket?
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. They need to fix that somehow. I don't. That's been the one consistent thing that irritates me with my iPhone is I always end up with taking screenshots somehow.
It's too sensitive. It's like they need to have it where you hold the button for maybe a second instead of half a second before it does it.
Or use the light sensors. Like if it's upside down and dark, like don't do it then.
Don't do it. Yeah.
I might not be trying to take a picture of my pocket.
Yeah.
I've had some absolutely ruthless problems. The camera's a step down from the 11 Pro Max in every category for me.
I said that, and I include the 12 Pro Max in that as well. I think the 12 Pro Max is nowhere near as good the camera than the 11 Pro Max. Nowhere.
That's what I'm saying. I have the 12
in
Pro
dark
Max,
mode, right?
Oh,
especially at night, it's terrible at night.
I feel like I have more lens artifacts from the lens flare.
Yep.
However, and I get it. All the ones that have this, even my Samsungs have it a little bit, but this one is fucking
like that.
Really
fucking JJ
exponentially
Abrams on acid. That's exactly what that phone does. It's like, holy crap.
It's really, really bad. That's another feature I have. My text messages, iMessage. Probably the main reason people still use iPhone is iMessage more than anything. And when I iMessage people and I send them a photograph, sometimes it doesn't send a file. It sends a picture of a file. Like as if you went into Safari, into your file system, and looked at the picture of the photo that's not the photo, but the actual little folder thing that they use. It's
just it's like an icon or whatever, like showing that you need to download it.
You can get your account reset.
Oh, here you go.
I mean, it's not like your account's fucked up.
So when I don't know if so see that little photograph, that photo screen, that was a screenshot I sent somebody.
Huh. But you were able to screenshot it. So, what are you complaining about?
Yeah. Jeez, dude.
I'm just saying that was a photograph that I sent somebody, and it's like, it's just so screwed up, man. And this is my second device, so I know it's. Oh, here's another one. TK was out here, and I was filming a bunch of shit with him, and I took the phone on this, or the phone. I took the video on this phone. 10 seconds later, I go to look at the video, and it does this. Hold on, give it a second to focus.
Are you using a Pro Max for the live stream?
Yeah, basically. It says unable to load video because the quality is too high. Like, what?
See?
For the video I just took.
But you get the best quality for that video, Mike.
It's so good. The iPhone,
you can't be upset that you. Yeah,
the videos I take on the iPhone can't be displayed on the iPhone.
Yeah, it's like you can't handle this. We're just gonna. We know what's right for you.
So yeah, I've had one thing after the other, and it's maddening, absolutely maddening and I can't get rid of it. I have to use iPhone. Like I don't have a choice. My wife, we have a family calendar. Everything we do has to go through that calendar, or else kids are going to get left somewhere.
Everything.
Is that a bad thing?
Well, a few more years will be maybe not, but they're 3 and 5.
Mike's running out of excuses for why I forgot. I put it on the calendar. It was sinking. It was stinking.
So yeah, I'm pretty much. My Apple Watch is now running my SpO2, your oxygen level. It will just go from like 80% to 99 in 1 minute.
Yeah, it's like I'm dead whenever I do that. It's like, what?
So
How can I have such less oxygen?
everybody loves the Apple Watch, and I agree, it does have way more app options with it. But for what I use it for is health, step, sleep, music. That's it. So those things, the Samsung Watch runs circles around it. Those are the things that I don't get it. Like, why is this thing $600 and it sucks that bad? Other than the fact that I will give them props for making the battery last a lot longer. Battery is much improved on the Series 6, like 30 to 50% better.
Yeah, it is good. And it charges faster too.
I wouldn't notice that.
It's like,
it
it's like one
charges.
of those, it's a percentage thing. I'm surprised Tim didn't throw up a thing that says, hey, it's 26% faster or something.
I want to give the people at home a little knowledge that they probably don't have. So if you buy yourself an iPhone 12 Pro or any iPhone 12, probably didn't come with a charger, right? What I will tell you is, if you use a Samsung charger for that iPhone, it will not charge as fast as getting the 20-watt PD. I'm one of the absolute few and far between where I didn't have. I saw that. I'm one of those guys, and they're like, everybody has an iPhone charger. I literally have 0 iPhone chargers. I sold my 11 Pro Max, and now I have 0 Lightning chargers. So I get the new iPhone, and I'm like, well, guess I'm going to have to use it with a Samsung brick. And I'm like, why is this thing taking 3 hours to charge? Doesn't work. Bought the PD charger from Anchor, back to an hour from dead to charge. So I can't shit on that part of it.
What I would recommend doing is, I mean, you've got a lot of connections in the tech space. I would try and find someone that like tries to focus on.
Everybody hates me.
On charging things or on battery type activity. Like, I would find someone in that realm and then reach out to them. But then when you do, listen to what they say also.
As long as that person is not you, then yeah.
Well, I think it's funny. I think you're just like, you like crap on Apple so much, and I'm like, hey, go do this, and you're like, he's such a sheep. But I've been telling you, like, go buy a 20-watt adapter for.
I have to say, I don't like the iPhone at all. For me, the only way if someone says to me, explain an iPhone, it's a jitterbug made by Apple.
Jitterbug with iMessage.
Yeah, I mean, it's the most boring thing ever. I don't know how anyone can say the innovation of the iPhone is like amazing. It's fucking same as the 3GS. It really is. It's just faster.
Maybe one or two differences.
But you know what I mean? You still use it exactly. I mean, there's been nothing.
The whole premise.
Your icons still go top left. You can't. Now they've just invented widgets. Next year they'll invent a high refresh rate screen.
But everything they add makes it worse. The widgets.
I'm with you. I use it just like a
complicates an operating system. Like, stay simple then.
Yeah.
Make sure you stay there for when I develop Alzheimer's. I can use my iPhone.
I keep saying it. iOS 14 is my least favorite version of iOS because of how they decided they're going to do the whole app library.
Simple.
And it's not even like you can't customize it. So it's wherever we're going to put it. One day, like, YouTube Studio will be in utilities. Another day it will be in entertainment. Another day it's in like social. Like, I don't know where things are because they're changing in which folder they're in the app library. What the like?
I think I like the Apple library because for me, I tend to have like, I mean, it kind of.
I mean, I like the fact that I can throw all my crap that I don't use. I have my main screen with my main used apps, and then everything else is in the library. Like.
Right. And I just search for the stuff. Half the time I've got like my 20 or 30 apps that I use routinely. And then for those other ones, it's like, oh, let me just search and
type 2 letters. There it is.
Yep. I actually love
so
that.
Many people were doing that before, where you go on the home screen, they just swipe down and search for stuff that they did. Cause that's how that's the same thing I do on my Mac. I command spacebar to find something instead of having to go anywhere else, click and it's right there. I did the same thing on my Windows machine instead of having to.
But I mean, so I do hear it on the widgets though. Like, so it's weird. I'm the opposite, I think, of everybody else. I like iPhones because they're boring. I used to love Android. I still have an Android device, but for me, I like the fact that the iPhone just is sort of simple and works, and it's like it all works the same, but it always takes good pictures and it's quick, and everything I have works through it at this point.
It's probably the best all-around phone if you just want a phone and a camera.
It's like the middle of all those diagrams. I mean, there's all like you can't generally put something on it that's gonna whack the battery life unless you start playing like Pokemon Go or something like that. But I mean,
trading
at the same
stocks.
or trading stocks, yeah, or trying to like log into Fidelity. It's but I mean, it's funny for me. Like, I still, if I want to do an iOS update, I have to go and play the game of being on Wi-Fi. And I know this is Mike's favorite thing, and I hate giving it to him, but he's right. It's like you put a SIM card in a device in the middle of the desert. You're not loading it. You need a Wi-Fi connection. Cool. I can turn it on to my Note, and then I have my Wi-Fi connection. If I turn it on my other iPhone, it's like, oh no, sorry. Wait till you're on a real Wi-Fi connection. You can't be tethered when you're doing this. It's like, why have these rules? Like
if you were in the end of the world scenario, the iPhone would be left behind in the first month. If like things started going downhill, the phone you got to have an Android phone if you're a prepper, because iPhone networks go off, that phone's a brick. It doesn't work. Whereas an Android phone, I've literally flown to the Middle East with Android phones, and getting off the plane, they prompt me for connecting to a local network, where iPhone's like, if you don't have the SIM in, it's not playing. Period. End of story.
Yep. That's the one weak thing of it.
I like the fact that I can go to my parents who have older iPhones and know where to tell them to find things in their settings, because it's the same, where I don't have to memorize 20 different setting layouts as far as like Android.
Then you're not really a tech person.
And sometimes it changes. I mean, I can do it, but like for just anybody in general, the idea of like, for example, I could have Samsung phones that came out all within like 3 years of each other, and sometimes those settings might be in a different spot between One UI 1.5, 2.5, and 3. So
yeah, I do agree, and it is nice to have people on the same version of software and it's all unified like that.
I mean, it's getting better. They've gotten a lot better, as far as using the same kind of settings. If you're on a version of Android 11, it's pretty much in the same, everything that's in display is in display, everything that's in security is in security, but so.
All right, let's talk about something that we haven't talked about yet, which I'm negative on it. Let's talk about MagSafe. Applications, what it can do. To me, my opinion, and then I'll let you three debate it out. It's cumbersome. It takes up space. It costs extra money. It doesn't give you an advantage to justify the price point. And I don't want to have to always carry an accessory going forward if that's their plan to getting rid of charging through the Lightning port. Go.
It fucking sucks.
It's overpriced wonderment by Apple. It's I actually hate MagSafe for a different reason. I'll go the other side. I have a cheap pad in my car, and if you want the Mini to charge on the cheap pad, it has to be in a very specific way, because the phone's a little smaller, whatever. I get that. Fine. Everyone, it's going to fall off the cheap pad, whatever. I've had a Pixel 4a that similar size and had no issues with that. Then you go to the Pro Max, same cheap pad, same car, same everything, and it just starts and then stops charging. And it's because of whatever Apple has done for MagSafe. It's like screwed up charging on the other devices. If they're like, it's like the tolerance for regular Qi is screwed and skewed by it. I have a pad next to my bed when I sleep that I have a charging pad next to my bed when I sleep, and I put the Pro Max on that. It's going to get really weird for a second. Like, what's he talking about?
Incontinence, apparently.
Yeah, like, hang on, guys.
It was clicking.
But it's like even if I get it. Even if I get it right.
The problem is why you laugh is that MagSafe, they consolidated the spot where it's actually,
and
they gave the iPhone a G spot for charging.
Basically, yes. Worse, and it's funny when Apple came out with like Qi, they're like, hey, these are the specs, these are, blah blah blah. Here's all the special things that you need to do to interact with the Qi on the iPhone, which is great. And it was sort of fatter, so to speak, than some of the other devices that were really, really sensitive and landing it on the pad. Now with MagSafe, the tolerance just stinks. And even things that are like vertical chargers and desk chargers that the phone will sit standing up on, it doesn't work reliably. And it irritates the crap out of me, and that's what I can't stand about it.
Yeah, mine works fine on my.
MagSafe is a solution to a problem they're going to give you very soon.
Yeah,
that's all Apple do. I've always said I used to work for Apple, and it's well said there. They say it all the time. Apple are great at making money because they're going to cause you a problem, and then a month down the line, they're going to sell you an overpriced solution to fix the problem they created.
Oh yeah,
genius! It's genius, but.
No matter how much you love iPhone, there's no reason to have this.
I think I think this is the beginning of where we're seeing them take this. And I think down the line, we're going to see things like you go to unlock your hotel room and there's a magnetic spot and you just put your phone on it, you rotate it, and it rotates to unlock.
I don't agree with that.
Or to like unlock your car, but this would be more precise because it recognizes the device through a hardware level, kind of like how when you hook a wallet on there, it can recognize. I think that the security level of that and like the close proximity and some of the use cases that we're going to see down the line.
NFC is also close proximity.
Except for I can hack your NFC and take over and do easily.
Not without getting into the source code.
I've done it before. I've literally parodied
an
NFC from an Android phone. I've parodied NFC before.
If NFC was that unsafe, you wouldn't have it in every store to do payment.
They would not be able to use Google Pay, Apple. Apple Pay would not utilize it if it was that hackable. Yeah. Maybe you're able to connect to the phone through NFC and call that hacking, but you are not hacking a code and an encrypted code in NFC. I mean, I'm not saying it's impossible, but the skill level and effort to do that is enough to where Apple's willing to give every consumer of 100 million of their devices access to their bank accounts and not worry about it.
Apple have gone with MagSafe because they knew they needed to get rid of the lightning cable, and they do not.
That's where it's going.
Yeah, they don't want to open up to USB-C so they can keep the profits.
They don't want to use Qi. They don't want to use Qi charging because they can't profit off of it. They want to go away from lightning. The only way you can do that is to make a proprietary wireless solution.
That's not proprietary, though. It uses Qi charging. It's actually more optimized because if you look at the studies that were done on Android devices, the inefficiency level on that wireless charging was anywhere from 39 to 80% loss of energy. Because all you had to do is be misaligned by like a fraction of a millimeter to throw it off. So Apple's solution is we can provide a higher accuracy by making it so it can align.
Apple's solution is all about this.
I call bullshit. The only reason they're saying it's more accurate is because they made the spot you have to put the fucking phone on smaller, so it has to be more accurate. Most phones, your Samsung,
you throw a
third of it is on there, you're good.
Yeah. Throw a fucking brick onto a pad and it's charging straight. I've
tested this. I have a
you have a video?
I have a desktop stand that I've been testing this. So if I put my Note 20 Ultra on it, if it's not lined up just perfectly, it will say that it's going to take like 2.5 hours to charge. I can move it over just a little bit, and it will say 49 minutes to fully charge.
How much did that cost? About $12, because you probably need a better one.
It's the 40 watt. It's the 40 watt charger from Huawei, which works perfectly with my iPhone and every other device. By the way,
they're probably hacking into your NFC right now and spending all your.
Same thing.
Who did Huawei do?
Why are you using a Huawei charger? They're hacking your NFC, bro.
Same thing with my Sony one or Samsung one. If you don't line that perfectly, so the thing with the MagSafe is because of how they made it shaped, where there's that line that it has to line up with. The idea is you can't misalign it unless you're throwing it on there completely wrong. Yeah.
But
so that's the idea. It's
a map with coils in any day that I can just fucking walk in and go, peace. And my phone's going to charge.
So
it's attached to them. It's like people go on, oh, it's got wireless charging now with the MagSafe. Motherfucker, it sticks to the back of your phone. That isn't wireless.
So, I think at least they used a standard, like they used Qi, right? That is a developed standard. The problem, like, because USB-C isn't even a standard yet. Like OnePlus, Samsung, they all use different. No, they all use different amperages, though.
This is why they got rid of the lightning cable, because they were being told that they've got to use the same kind of charging source as every other developer in Europe. So what was the best way of doing that? Making a fucking MagSafe that'll work on a Qi wireless pad, just not very good.
So you're saying that UK screwed up America again?
So.
Basically, yeah, we do our best. Why do you think I'm fucking here? Oh.
That's the one thing that bothered me, though. Like, I had to bring 4 different cables because they all used USB-C, but none of them actually could charge each other. Like, you couldn't use one cable to charge all of them fast because OnePlus uses their own thing. Samsung uses their own thing. Like, you can't swap them around. Google Pixel was okay. Google's okay. You could use any cable with the Pixel pretty much as long as it's a high enough. But if I plugged my Samsung into like my OnePlus cable, it was like, nope, sorry, we're just providing regular charging. It was weird.
Never had that.
So different amperages and voltage combinations. I think
in the charger block, yeah, but not from the cable. The only one that I've ever had where the cable makes a difference is the OnePlus device.
Yeah.
So
I think,
Dan, what's your?
That's gonna change though now that the Commission for Charging and for like wireless solutions has determined that in order to support USB-C, like Thunderbolt over USB-C, you have to follow a standard. So I think we're going to see that change now finally. That they'll all have to use at least the same kind of... If it's a 40 watt, you can't be... One company can't be 2.5 times 16 and the other one be 5 by 8. It has to be the same standard. So hopefully that will help.
Thank you for the shout out in text. I appreciate it.
Oh, we appreciate your time. Last question for me, and then I got to go. You guys can keep it going, but after this, I got to go. Android phones. I know you're having problems with your selfie camera and your S21.
It's the first time ever.
What's your favorite Android phone right now? And is the S21 better enough than the Note 20 that you would choose it over it?
Only because, see, me and you had really different issues with the Note 20. I had 3 of them, and the battery
life. Yes,
yeah, it was just terrible. I couldn't get 4.5 hours screen on time out of the Note. It was going on charge at 2-3 o'clock.
I was getting 10 to 12.
Yeah, just so bizarre. But then other people were getting that as well, and then there was other people like me. It was just so inconsistent with it. So yes, I do believe that the 21 is better than the Note. But do I think that's the best overall Android phone right now? It probably is if you take into the grand scale of everything it can do and everything it's got. But I think the best value for everything is a Pixel 4a 5G.
Yeah, I'm not asking value though. I want, if money is no object, what phone's in your pocket? What Android phone's in your pocket? If whether it's a Fold, whether it's a Note, whatever you want, you don't pay for it. Just in your pocket for free. But it
probably a Mi 11 right now. Probably. I think the Mi 11 is everything the S21 is, and probably has better video. I don't know. You've got the.
Have you used one, touched one, nothing, anything like that?
Yeah, and Adam's got one as well. And yeah, I don't know whether you've got an S21 Ultra.
I don't. I don't.
Right.
No.
They need to release an update because the video on it is shocking. It really is. It's terrible. The Mi 11 is pretty good, unless the problem with the Mi 11 is when you hit darkness, but that's also happening with the S21 right now. So I'd probably go with the Mi 11 right now. If money was no option, yeah.
I think both those companies are going to have to push an update because now the chips come out and there's some new access they have as far as like the AI access for this new chip. That's a little bit different in how it handled versus like the 865 Plus and the previous chips. So they should be able to push an update and fix that low light performance.
Did you guys hear about Huawei with their new OS? They found out that it's basically hacked Google. It's hacked Google Android.
I mean, yeah, that's all it's going to. Yeah.
No,
Well,
I
yeah.
know. Well, we all knew that because I mean, you're taking it's open source anyways, but
Yeah.
it's literally 90% the same exact damn code, just different slight UI tweaks.
And they'll put a Chinese app store on it, Tencent or whatever it's called.
I'll
The
tell you
app
what, I've used some of those Huawei's, man. I used the P30.
Yeah.
I used the Mate. They're no joke.
They were great. They were so underrated, especially when they first came out over here and you could get them in Best Buy. They were way underrated.
Yeah.
The Mate 8, I think it was the first one that came this way. I actually felt sorry for them with the Mate 10 Pro because a week before they were announcing their exclusive AT&T deal, bang! I mean, that must have hurt. Just totally removed.
Well, I'll give you guys a little secret.
Then you
You
have
guys wanna
this
see
trash right here.
Yeah, that's an
The Honor
phone.
8X.
Yeah,
Honor
but I
is
mean,
just awful. Like,
$199 2 years ago. That was a good phone 2 years ago for $100.
You guys want to know whoever's in our audience? How many people we got here right now? 8, 9 people. All right. So here's something you're not going to hear anywhere. You're not going to read it anywhere. But I know this little bit of information. The reason that the Huawei phones have been enemy of the state from like our government, from besides the fact that they're doing trade war stuff, the real reason is because Huawei does not give our NSA and our government backdoors to their products.
I always heard that, but then came Germany and England and kicked them out for the same reason. So I don't know whether they've just been totally removed from 5G.
You're talking about NATO allies, though. Allies. You're talking about Chinese products.
Yeah.
It's a well-known rumor that I don't have documentation, but I would know the people in the know. And I'm telling you, the reason is because it's not that the phone, because when you look at a phone, you can go down to the ground level. You can go down to the processes on the core, the code that the thing's running, especially if it's running Android, and look at every single thing that phone's doing, where it's sending it, what it's doing. So to just bucket say this phone device is excommunicated for security problems, it's their security they're worried about because they can't hack backdoor into it.
yeah.
I'd agree with that, but the fact that all these other countries, even though they removed them for 5G, they still allow the phones to be on sale in these countries. So it's not like they ban Huawei like they have here. You can still go out in England and buy the latest Huawei phone, no problem. Same in Germany and France.
But they know the masses won't do that.
Yeah, maybe.
I love my Mate 30 Pro. It still performs snappy, and like the face unlock on that thing is crazy.
Huawei's cameras are by far the best.
That too. Like
The
I
best
could be in a
Android
pure
phone- the
dark
best Android
room,
camera
and it
for sure.
looks like I can be at a pure dark
100%.
room, and it looks like that room is lit up, and you don't get like the blurred edges like you get on other things. Handheld, and it's I don't know what they're doing, but it's amazing. Well, and they were only the second company to go. Was it 7 nanometer when Apple went that last year? They were right behind them with their own chip and everything. And
yeah, the current. I mean, I know that it's not really hurting them. This is it either because they're still like the number 2 or number 3 top selling phone company in the world or something. It's like
you probably had all the people that were like, "Oh, the government doesn't want us having it. Fuck the government. We're getting."
But now
these
that
'cause we want
Biden's
it."
in, now that the Biden administration's in, we're pretty much going to roll over to China in every facet anyway. So I expect some swift approval of Huawei. I
don't think Huawei will get back in.
You don't?
No.
Wow.
No, I don't think so. I think that's done now. I wouldn't.
I
be
think
shocked.
with the right marketing, it'll come right. With the right people getting paid,
Yeah.
we'll see. 4 years.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. That's if Biden lasts that long. Did you see him today? Was it today or yesterday?
Dude, you're gonna get the Secret Service on our fucking video. Stop
I don't
it.
give a fuck. 600 million vaccinations, and we're going to vaccinate 300 people. What the fuck, Joe? I mean, really? Okay, all right. You're the fucking president. Way to go.
On that note, I got to get out of here, guys. I've overstayed my time. Dan, I appreciate you as always, and the way that I appreciate a very impressive fecal matter movement.
Nice. Yes.
No, that's
But
great.
thank you for your
Of course. Happy to be here. I love being described as a bowel movement.
I
It's
love
fine.
you guys. I'm just fucking with you. We got to do this again. We got to not wait 3 months between doing these. That's what we need to do.
Yeah.
I'm out of practice.
I can't
I'm-
believe it's been almost 2 hours already. This is insane.
Well, we
I
let
can.
Zach talk. Zach talk for the first hour. So
Yeah, no, but still, that's awesome.
Oh, it is. It's great.
the best part
I-
is Chris didn't say shit the whole show. Shut up. Stop talking.
I know. Sorry.
Anyways, I'm out of here. Bring it home, guys. I'll see you soon.
All right.
See ya.
Yeah, Dan, thanks for coming out. I really appreciate you joining us this fine evening. And
Thanks,
it was great. It was great having you pop in and surprise us. And to anyone who's watching this now, if you managed to struggle through the replay, don't forget that I really didn't actually slide out Zach and put Dan in. It was just a timing thing. Do make sure you go check out.
Bullshit. All right. He literally said, I've got rid of him. You can come in. I'm like, okay. All right.
And for anybody listening, what he meant was he didn't remove Zach from the stream and add Dan in because that sounded highly inappropriate. The way he said it, slide him out, slide him in.
Yeah, that's only you, Pepper. That's
Yeah.
no one else has those.
Vaseline
strange
around your
dreams.
mouth. You've been thinking of that, haven't you?
All right, and don't forget to check out Dan's channel. I'm out of practice, which I dropped a link for in the chat, and I will make sure that we get Michael Pepper to update the description of this video as well. Mr. Pepper, do you have any closing words for us of wisdom? Dan, do you have anything you want to throw at us before we head out the door here?
Go fuck yourself.
Perfect. I will take that advice momentarily.
I will say, go check out. Let's see, are you and Adam streaming tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
30 Eastern.
8:30, and then
On
Friday is at what time?
Friday, I don't do
This
Friday.
Friday.
I don't feel him. I only occasionally do. I go and carry his show on a Friday. Otherwise,
Okay.
no. One night a week for me. I'm too old for carrying that faggot on my back like that.
Too much weight all the time.
Yeah, that's it. That's right.
So
All right.
people go check out Dan and his foul mouth tomorrow at 8:30 p.m.
Hey, this-
EST.
When you see me on YouTube, that is me. When you see me, I am exactly as I am in Twitter, as I am in person. So it's just the way it is.
I mean, in reality, he shovels so much shit in, it's got to come out at some time.
I'm telling you, it's one constant tube. So, all right, I'm leaving. Adios, guys.
Bye.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Dan.
I'm off.
Take care, man.
Later. Bye.
Later. Bye. And then there were two, Mr. Pepper. Thank you again
This
for
was
coming
fun.
on.
We
was
have to
good.
do this more often. You know,
Yeah.
obviously, we know that you're super busy with stuff, and
It's just, yeah,
it's
just silly. It's good. It was good to hop on tonight. It was good to do this. It was good to reconnect with you guys, obviously in real time, and talk about my pad that doesn't actually charge my phone. And yeah, actually, I'm sitting here saying actually a bunch, but I didn't even see if anyone's saying anything in the chat. Techie K is wishing us well. Yes, good night. So,
yes. By the way, because I know
yes.
this isn't gonna happen if we don't. Thanks to Technically Lurking, Zach Talks Tech, Techie K, Jerry Reed, Tech Odyssey, Apple Monster.
There was some
and
Miles
of
Tech in
course,
there.
Miles Tech and whoever
Don't
this
forget
weird
Tech Lovin'
battery
Mama.
powered is.
That guy is a
Tech Lovin'
stranger.
Mama, Adam for, entertaining us, Tech Odyssey for entertaining us with his chat for a little bit, Dan for hopping on, Zach for hopping on, and I will be live Thursday at 7, hopefully, with Aaron from For the Love of Tech.
Cool.
So that's
Cool.
where they'll see me next, I guess.
And producing regular content, unlike some of us.
Hopefully.
Cool. Yeah, I feel like I was cameoing on our own channel tonight. So, which is probably the way it'll be for a little bit longer. But so Thursday night, which is the 4th of February, 2021 at 7 p.m. Eastern,
Yes.
is where you can find Mr. Pepper. Okay. Good.
On my regular channel. I'm not doing the split channel stuff anymore. I found it actually hurts my channel more than it helps. So, because people get confused because they don't know, oh, he's on his live channel or is he on his regular? So that will be on my regular channel, which, all of our stuff will be in the description down below.
We have to shout out JC too here. What's up, man? Good
For
to see
coming
him
in at the
coming through.
end,
Yeah, I
like
mean,
he
you're
likes to
catching
do.
us at literally the tail, but good to see you, man. Thanks for coming through. We appreciate it. Always appreciate it. That dude has like the legit Twitter following that I'm always glad to support him and his ventures. So it's great to see him on here as well. Even though I pretty much left Twitter too for a while. So, all right, everyone, and Mr. Pepper, thank you all for hanging out tonight with us here on the Groundhog Day episode of Tech Circus. I'm not sure when you're going to see us again. You will. We'll all still be here surviving at some point. But it'll probably be. When do you think it'll be, Pepper? I mean, not to like put you on the spot or anything. Weeks, month?
I'm predicting it might be past my son's 3rd birthday by the time you see us again, which is June. Okay. But you know,
that's good. All right, cool. We'll see if we can do it before June then.
Hopefully.
All right.
It would be nice. Easter. Jason says Easter Sunday.
Easter
We're
Sunday.
just gonna do holidays. Like
yeah. That's a good point. That's a good point.
Come in here April 1st and just be like April Fools and immediately end the stream. No.
All right. Well, thank you to all who have joined us tonight. Thank you to my co-host, Mr. Pepper, Tech 702, Zach Talks Tech, and Dan for coming through of English Dan Reviews. And until the next time, whenever the next time is, thank you and be well. Oh,